Alright, I'm going to do a sing test, and I need, Chaos, you know the sing test, so I'll do it with you. Okay? Oh, I think he left. Oh, we good?
No, I already heard you. I'm just trying to remember what our sync test was.
I count down from 3 to 1, and just as I say 1, you clap.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
right. Okay.
Right. Got
Okay.
it. Okay.
Just chaos. I don't need
Gotcha.
too many people doing it, or it'll confuse me in editing. Okay?
No, I got it.
3, 2, 1. That was pretty late. Do it just as I say 1.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
A little late again.
Yeah. I guess that's.
Look, he's
I'm doing it when you say
I
one.
guess that's latency on the Discord's end.
All right. One more time, just to be sure.
Maggie.
All right.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. My name is Adel Sade. I am one of the princesses to the Drow Empire. And unlike my mother and my sisters, I seek a more humane path towards conquering people. You will find that I am as friendly as any other person. In fact, possibly more so, for life is sacred. And traveling alongside me is my loyal friend, Hugo. Sorry, Hubert, not Hugo. that is a bad sign for things to come.
Note, Hubert has to tell absolutely nothing about himself and will not.
Whoa!
Well, physically, what you see before you is a very thickly built, very heavy-set dwarf, more so than most dwarves, with very strong arms and legs that are covered in heavy, deep scars. And his skin is tanned to the point where it looks like he's been out in the sun much too long, and he is just generally not the type of person that you look like you want to get in a fight with. He has shaggy salt and pepper hair, mostly pepper, that's really unkempt and just sort of flayed out all down to his mid-back. He has a quarterstaff on his back and pretty much no other weapon except for his very large, very heavy hands. And he will stride forward and he will say, "My name is Thorgrim. I am 207 years old, and that means I have no time for any of you young people and your bullshit. Is that clear?"
You know the whole spoiled rich brat thing? Yeah, that's Tauntaun in a nutshell. Fashion forward, loves to shop, and other than that, that's all I'm getting.
He also has 3 lackeys that follow him about.
They're called friends that I happen to pay.
I'm playing as Jubilee, a tiefling with a lot of upbeat attitude and very, very aware of her assets, let's say. And she knows how to use them to get what she wants. And what she wants is to someday entertain the world through her dances.
welcome to Aria.
Australia.
Aria is the country that you will be situated in. Well, sorry, Aria is the world you are situated in. And this is the continent. The continent is comprised of 4/5 different countries. As all of you have been born here, or at least lived here for a while in the case of Edel Sarday, you will know that the main countries, follow my pings, are Lunaria, the country of magic, Solaria, which is the country of technology. One that came into being roughly 30 years ago, or so, is this one, called the Blood Veil, run by a vampiric drow queen named Valentine. And down here, at the lowest point that you can go, is the entrance to the kingdom of the dwarves, which is called Selbania. They don't technically own the land that's marked off here. It was just the easiest way to cut off where the location to the entrance is, because their entire country spans under the whole continent. Because their line of logic is, you can't own what's under the ground!
I mean, you can.
You can't argue with that.
And then they took literally all of the land that's under the entire continent.
I mean, true.
Over on the far left here is more or less a city-state. While it claims to be its own country, a lot of the other countries don't see it as its own, but do give it its own territory to play in. This is the Kingdom of Twilight.
No!
This is the Kingdom of Twilight, led by the leader, Nilo. He is the king, and he is a very odd king, because despite the fact that he is very clearly a cleric, there are a bunch of undead that thrive within the Kingdom of Twilight, none of which are under his control, but do follow his orders. That being said, you all are fairly fresh adventurers. You don't know the nooks and crannies of this little continent. You know basically how to get from one point to the other, at least when it comes to the capitals of each city, but you don't know how many small cities, towns, or villages may exist throughout the entire country. What is plotted are the bigger cities that you do happen to know of within the continent, that you could travel to and have just a general idea. Over the course of time, the need to adventure struck all of you. You set out from your homes, wherever they may be, and decided to go out and about, hoping to find treasure, or make a name for yourselves, or just because you were bored. Whatever leads you here doesn't matter. What does matter is you heard of an opportunity by the king of the Twilight Kingdom himself, asking for all adventurers, new and old, to meet at his castle on a certain day. As time crept forward, all of you began meandering to the westmost portion of the continent. To find yourselves in the entry hall of the Kingdom of Twilight. You may place your characters wherever you feel like it.
I have never actually placed my characters. I'm not sure how to do that.
Alright,
go-
so
Oh, there we go.
hold.
That was a
Alright.
lot easier than I thought would be.
Oh, are we playing Fire Emblem now? Hello, Eddie. Hello.
I mean... oh god, we are playing Fire Emblem.
Oh god, here come the lackeys.
So how does I place mine token again?
You need to go to where your character sheet is.
Drag.
Okay, you put him in, but you put him in the darkness.
Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
He's
So, I brought him out of the darkness, but he put his character in there.
I mean, you did say wherever you wanted.
Okay.
That's on you, man.
I just didn't figure somebody would go complete and utter darkness. Fuck yeah!
I mean, I'm used to living in caves. That's kind of my thing.
Into
right.
the void.
Mother of mercy.
So, while I don't have the tokens to express this room is entirely crowded. Has a bunch of people setting out, looking for jobs, having come to the kingdom in and of itself. As you all enter and go about your ways, you hear a lot of chatter, you see a lot of people, and you see a lot of commingling. There, for Adelsard Day, you see two people standing out the most. A half-naked tiefling and a very flamboyant man with 3 equally flamboyant people following him.
She
Wait until she watches the man become a woman.
You also see a dwarf. Where is Thorgrim currently chilling, Matt?
Right next to Jube.
Okay.
Right
You
here.
also see a very grumpy-looking dwarf standing next to said tiefling, kind of ignoring just about everybody, has his arms crossed, doesn't seem like he's very happy. At least I would assume that's how Thorgrim would act today.
That is you have it right on the nose.
Adelsarde just looks over these interesting characters, but keeps her neutral expression for the time being more focused on the reason why she came than any interesting people that might be a distraction.
As things go on, eventually, Hubert will lean towards you, Adelsarde, and say, "Hey, Lady Adelsarde, we must get away from these ruffians.
Why would that be?
I do not believe standing too close to them would be good for your attire."
It is fine. After all, we're going to be adventuring, are we not? That will involve traipsing through many places not good for my attire.
Hopefully, maybe we will be paired with someone a little more. He then glances at Tauntaun.
Tauntaun's just gonna get a flirtatious wave.
That's like him.
I think that you need to learn to be more accepting, Hubert. After all,
He says nothing to this, but continues to stand by you. He doesn't seem to agree with what you said. Meanwhile, with Tauntaun, Jack, who is standing to his right, is currently fixing his gloves and just very calmly says, "You really shouldn't be making enemies right now."
You really think that was me making an enemy?
Yes, absolutely.
Ah, crap.
The man quite literally radiates darkness. I would assume that winking at him may have pissed him off.
Yeah.
Just try not to be yourself too much. Knowing your luck, we're going to get paired with him. Meanwhile, your other 2 retainers are not paying the least bit of attention. You look over your shoulders. They seem to be playing paper, rock, scissors with each other.
I
who's
love
winning?
already.
The one on the right. Are any of you going to do anything, or are you just waiting to see what happens?
Adelsarde Oh, sorry, you go. You go first.
I was gonna ask, Jubilee's gonna try reading the room, seeing if how everyone, like the crowd is right now.
They seem excited. They all seem to be ready to go on the adventures, go on whatever quests may be built here. Some of them seem to be just excited to be here. You see a lot of people currently trying to figure out what the oozes in the corners currently are. You see some poking the undead guarding the staircase. The energy seems very high and abundant and very happy, except for the dwarf to your right. He seems very angry. He doesn't want to be here. He would rather be probably in a cave.
Too bright in
Wonder if I can do a quick performance and get my name out there in this kingdom. And with that, Juby's gonna try to find a nice place to put on a little dance for everybody.
It's a bit crowded in here. You don't really see anywhere that'll make you stand out. There's no stage or anything, and it's very cramped. While you can walk between people, it's not a situation of there's abundant space. There's quite a few densely packed in here.
Alright, perhaps another time. Oh, by the way, she's saying this to herself out loud. So if anyone's nearby, they can hear her talking to herself.
What are you babbling about?
Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing, good sir. Don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting.
I do not believe we have. His arms are still crossed, and he's looking up at you like, you know, it looks like his eyebrows are about to raise, but he's just staring at you.
I go by the name Jubilee. I am a performer, and I heard about the opportunity, and I'm very excited to see what it's about.
I am Thorgrim of the Coldbeard clan. I come from the mountains. I come here to fight. That is all.
Well, aren't you the stoic one?
My friends
Julie.
tell me that a lot.
Well, if I ever get a chance from around here, I hope you'll watch.
I might.
Gives him a respectful bow, and continues to try to look around the room.
Thorgrim will also look about the room, but for just more for boredom's sake.
Alright, so Jubilee, you see a bunch of people very excited. Thorgrim, it's like a forest of legs for you.
Why is he nothing but leg?
Especially if you look behind you, you see a mostly leg individual standing what you would be considered to be a gigantic height, and he's on high heels for some reason.
Why wouldn't I wear high heels? I've told you already, Tauntaun is not a guy.
Poke. Well, Thorgrim is just gonna walk over to Tauntaun and just sort of poke.
How hard are you poking?
Just a little bit. Like it's kind of like a rough hey you poke.
Okay. Do you want to roll strength to try and topple him, or are you just getting the attention of Tauntaun?
I'm getting the attention.
Okay. Tauntaun, you are being poked.
Tauntaun's just gonna look down and then look to Jack. What am I supposed to do?
Well, preferably talk to him. Don't crouch. Otherwise, when he hits you, I won't pick up the pieces.
Hi.
You are perhaps the brightest individual I've ever seen in my life. It is distracting. How can you live with wearing such bright colors?
Called fashion, honey.
From behind you hear one of his retainers go, "If you actually see him in action, you know he ain't that bright."
Which one said that?
Julian.
God damn it, Julian!
It ain't my fault you're a dipshit, sir.
You're correct.
It's at that point that Thorgrim, he doesn't smile, he kind of just like the corner of his lip tilts upward slightly, and he just goes, "Eh, dumb shit, eh? I can live with that. Maybe a couple of dumb shits like us will actually get along fine. Who knows?"
It depends entirely on how much you can drink.
On how much what, sorry?
On how much you can drink.
I'm a dwarf, what do you think?
He'd drink you under the table before you had a chance to even take a sip.
That one knows what they're talking about.
Julian will then bow to you.
I will nod my head. So, any idea how long we're going to be waiting?
To this, the three retainers shrug, and you hear off a little ways as a man dressed in completely black clothing goes, "It should not be too much longer. He said that the meeting was at 10.
What time is it now?
It's about 5 minutes till 10.
Good. I don't like waiting. Thorgrim will sort of just walk to this wall and just sort of put his back against it. Sort of cross his arms and just lean.
All right.
Are there hors d'oeuvres anywhere?
No, there doesn't appear to be any.
No hors d'oeuvres. Damn.
Jack just looks to you. Why would there be hors d'oeuvres?
I don't know. It's a castle. Why wouldn't there be hors d'oeuvres?
It's a castle looking to hire adventurers. There's not going to be hors d'oeuvres.
I hate the fact that you're probably right about it.
At this, your third retainer pipes up and says, "I can give you some of my jerky."
Considering I know your jerky tastes amazing, sure.
He will then hold out a cloth bag to you. And of course, there's some jerky in it. And just like you remember, it's very good.
Jerky.
Would any of the rest of you like some jerky?
Thorgrim will hold up a finger and just say, "Yup."
He comes over to you, he hands it out, and says, "You're lucky, it's bear."
Thorgrim actually looks up and goes, "Never had bear before."
It's quite tasty. It's a bit tough, but
He's just like, nod.
Bear. He then looks to Jubilee and Adel Sarday. Would you two like any?
Sarday looks over and politely shakes her head. No, thank you.
And what have you? Jubilee, I believe that's what you said your name was.
Yes, I would love some. Thank you very much.
After handing out the jerky, all of those who took it find that it's surprisingly spiced pretty well. While it is a bit tough considering that it was made out of a bear, it's very tasty.
This is a list. Where'd you buy this?
Alright. I made it myself. I'm an excellent cook. Do any of you understand Dwarvish?
I don't know.
Are you asking in character or out of character?
Out of character.
Yes.
No, I don't. I speak some rather niche languages.
Well, Adelsar Day, being the only one who apparently speaks Dwarvish, other than the literal dwarf, will probably hear out of the corner of her, out of the corner, Thorgrim mumbling, it's good stuff.
So, about 5 minutes after Hubert said it would be about 5 minutes, you all hear doors beginning to open. All attention pans toward where you would assume the throne room would be, as a human male with blonde hair and speckles of white going through it walks out. He's a fairly older man, as you can tell just by looking at his face and his hair. He smiles a bit and looks around to everyone and says, "Welcome, adventurers! It's so nice to see how many of you all pulled up to help me here. I honestly was not expecting to draw this big of a crowd." He then clasps his hand together and says, "So, seeing as we have such a wide range of individuals here today, and many races, hopefully from all of the countries here, I have devised a way to make sure to help entice you all to work a little bit together. One by one, I would like everyone to come up here and pull from this." And as he says this, he motions to a little orb that sits beside him that something pushed up. You're not entirely sure who brought it up here. And he says, "This orb you will pull a number from, and think of it like a raffle. Whoever you get matching numbers with will be a part of your party. And I hope this will help you learn to build a team together and raffle and enjoy one another's company as you go on these little miniature quests that I'm going to ask you to go on." And of course, one by one, all of the people will go up, get their numbers, and remarkably, almost as if it's written to be, you all end up with the same numbers and wind up in the same party.
Almost as if it's part of the plot.
Yeah.
Who would have seen that coming? What are the odds?
Magic.
Probably 1 to however many people there are.
I mean, I think the odds are pretty good. Let's look at how full the room is.
So, as my first quest to all of you, I want one thing and one thing alone. I want you all to spend the day getting to know each other. And then in the morning, you can return here, and I will post a quest board for you all. You can pick a quest from the board and go do it. And upon completion, you will return here, and you will be compensated for however troubling this mission seemed to have been. But, for now, a celebration is going to be happening in all of the taverns across the town. Take the time to get to know one another, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
As soon as he says the word tavern, Thorgrim's eyebrows both just raise at the same time.
And like that, the teams begin chattering. They'll head out the door. What do you all do?
I mean, I've just been told that there's a giant party going on in the city. I'm joining the party.
I think Thorgrim is going to go to the rest of the group and just sort of stand there with his arms crossed. And if nobody says anything, he's just going to be like, "Well, what are we waiting for?"
There's a bar.
Yeah, there are drinks, damn it.
There's a bar. There's a party. There might be drugs. Let's go get fucked up.
I share the sentiment of going to the tavern, but also wanted to see if I could again find somewhere to perform.
You know that the tavern would have a lot of people there ready to watch. Whether they be sober or drunk, there would be plenty of people at a tavern, especially considering the fact that the king himself said that there was a party going on.
Definitely heading over there then. Like you see Jubilee just taking off towards there. She's so excited.
All right. So Tauntaun and Thorgrim, after asking if they're gonna go or not, you see Jubilee sprint.
Now we're talking, and then Thorgrim will sort of just stomp off.
Okay. What about you, Tauntaun? Are you following those two?
Yeah. Complete with heel clicks.
All right.
Not like woohoo, more like think secretary style.
Oh, click, clack, click, clack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Adelsar Day, what is your plan?
Is the king still around?
Uh-huh.
Alright. She's going to walk over. Say for a few, like, stay back a few feet.
Okay. Alright. We're gonna come back to you in just a second.
Alright.
Off to the party animals.
Because I want to go ahead and let them know what they're going on with, since this is going to end in a conversation between you and I on the thing. Alright. So, you all get to the first tavern you find. It has a bunch of people in it, all enjoying drink, food. You see that a lot of the food is currently sitting out as if it's free to take. Hors d'oeuvres, as Tauntaun calls them. And, more importantly, you see several different races standing behind the bar, each one standing in front of a cask themselves, filling up mugs and handing them out as if getting people to try their homebrew.
You said members of every race, correct?
Yes. You
Including-
see elf.
Including dwarves, then.
Yes, you see a dwarf with a big bushy red beard, not only handing out mugs, but insisting people take his drink. And over the crowd, you can hear him say, "I guarantee this'll get you on your ass better than that elven schlop."
I'm gonna just stride right on over and grab it for myself and be like, I'll take it for myself if you don't mind.
"Ah, I like your spirit, lad. You get 3!" And he sets 2 more down immediately.
Yeah! Thank
That
you
just
kindly,
makes me
sir.
think the Reinhardt meme. Oh, you're a growing girl. 2 beers.
Yeah, Thorgrim will take all 3 and just like carry them all in his arms.
All right. So what do the rest of you do? You can move your tokens anywhere that you wish.
Tauntaun's gonna shoot a look at what did we name him? Jack, right? Yeah, Jack. And just say, "Told you there'd be hors d'oeuvres."
Yes, but those weren't at the castle, which is where you thought they were going to be.
Semantics.
So I'm still right.
Semantics.
Semantics or not, I'm still right.
Jubilee is ignoring most of this conversation, looking for where the best stage is, analyzing.
So
Perhaps
you
if I
can't.
go over.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is her talking to herself. Perhaps form over here. Maybe then that's getting the most attention and showing off my performance. And then she's gonna make her way over to the main fireplace area.
Before you go, you feel someone elbow you in the side.
Oh.
Not in a hard way, just trying to get your attention.
In the group?
Yeah, it looks like it's the Julian fellow that follows Tauntaun around. Now, if you're looking for a good place to
yes?
perform, If you're looking for a good place to perform, I would recommend up there on the stage in the back left-hand corner. It's elevated, which means everybody in the bar see you.
Lovely idea. So she'll make her way to the back left area. Back left area.
Yeah, just go lower than the fireplace on the map.
Follow the blue pings.
Pink.
I was.
Alright. So,
Again, connection.
so Tauntaun, what are you doing?
Well, that depends. What all races are there, specifically, for
Just-
liquor?
Yes.
Just about anything you can think of is around here.
Careful
see-
with that wording with him.
You see dwarves, you
Oh,
see
my God.
elves, you see humans, you even see dragonborn.
Cat's here, yay.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, for one, walk up to the bar and work my way up from what looks the weakest all the way up to dwarf.
Okay. In that case, I will need a Constitution saving throw from you, with advantage at first because you start off with gnomes.
Oh boy, fuck. Oh, you're such old. Okay, I'm fine.
Fair. I believe it.
You said Constitution
now.
save?
Yes.
Or okay.
You can handle your
Alright.
water fine. That's good. That's good.
So, you begin sipping from what the gnomes offer you. It's a bit bubbly, and you come to find out that he says that it's called champagne.
Neat. I'm going to mark that down for later. Champagne.
So, Chaos, roll performance with advantage.
Of course. Just gonna. Disadvantage is on automatically, so. Ooh.
Oh shit.
Alright. Would you like to describe your dance?
So, given her attire, her dance is that of a very Saudi Arabian belly dance. A lot of hip movement, a lot of what's what I'm looking for? Grand, steps and very showy. And if you will allow me, just so she can get her name out a little further. Oh, that's the wrong button. She wants to try to get a few members of the crowd to really, enjoy the dance and.
And you're trying to bewitch 4 people, essentially.
Yeah, just not to do anything bad, really. Just to get,
Alright. So, your charisma is 4, yeah?
my charisma.
I just need to know its modifier, because you can only...
Yeah, it is 4. I wanted to make sure if it was 4 or 5. That's what I was double checking.
I was
Right.
gonna say, a bard with 4 charisma?
Alright, so what's your spell save DC?
My spell is
Should be 14.
it's 14. Yeah.
Alright. So, you see, as you activate your enthralling performance, you try and get, you're trying to get 4 of the closest people to be really enticed by you. You feel the effects falter on 2 of them, but you do feel your magic sink in and hook onto the other two.
To the two that I managed to enthrall, I give them a wink, just to really get them hyped up.
They begin cheering very loudly, and really seem to be enjoying your performance. Tauntaun, you have moved on from gnomes to halflings. You are now at human drink. It's time to roll another Constitution saving throw. This one that you do not have advantage on.
It rolled pretty good though.
Yeah.
You're still tanking it like a man. You're drinking it, and it's a very nice tasting. He doesn't give you a name for this drink. You then move on to Elven, which you sip, and immediately you get hit with this burn that goes down your throat, as you are told that this is vodka.
Ooh!
Do you drink vodka?
In Russia, vodka drink you.
And
Or just food and alcoholic.
you continue to go down, and you make it to Dwarf. Roll a con save with disadvantage.
This might be where I pass the fuck out. I rolled
Probably.
You're not passed out, but the dwarf slams a tall mug in front of you, and immediately you think, oh, this is probably just ale or something, and you take a big old swig, and it feels like someone sucker punched you. As the dwarf smiles and sees your look of almost immediate reeling from the power of this drink, and says, "Can't handle rum, can ya, kid?"
Rum is the hard stuff? Really?
Dwarvish rum, specifically.
Yeah, you gotta remember, this is dwarves. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I was expecting the dwarven whiskey to be hit harder.
Wrong too.
So if you, fun fact, he couldn't bring the hard alcohol because the hard alcohol has a tendency to cause bar fights.
That's fair. That is fair.
So, with that, all of you get to commingle amongst yourselves. You can have character discussions. In the meantime, Zoj, are you here?
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Did the halflings have a name for their liquor?
No.
Okay, so 2 unnames, and then they got champagne, vodka, and rum.
It's Dwarvish rum, specifically. Alright, so, all of you can do character things amongst yourself, and we will be right. You walk up to the king, and Nyla looks to you with a smile and says, "Well, hello there. I haven't seen a drow in quite some time." Okay, that's a lie. I meet with Valentine quite frequently.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you not recognize me?
I'm afraid to say... Hold on. I'm afraid to say I don't, unfortunately. While I'm certain you and I have met somewhere, I cannot think of it or your name.
It must have been a long time ago. Human age and memory is strange. Very well. Allow me to reintroduce myself. And she bows. I am Princess Adil Sade of the Drow Empire, at your service.
At this, he goes, I remember now. We met whenever I had to go to your home. That's right. It has been quite a long time. I'm sorry, my memory isn't what it used to be. I'm saying that it was great to begin.
It is of no worry. You are a king, after all. No doubt you have more important things on your mind.
I assure you, being a king isn't the reason my memory's bad. My memory's always been terrible.
Well, let's hope that does not cause too much of a problem for you going forward.
Well, I managed to make it this far, so I suppose it hasn't caused too many issues.
That is true. Either way, I wanted to reintroduce myself, but also to have a discussion with you.
Okay. What is your discussion?
Well, I have lived in Aria for a few days now, and despite its strangeness, I do enjoy living here. I definitely enjoy the different cultures, and the tales of how you and your friends saved this continent, and perhaps the world all those years ago is still... Well, it is awe-inspiring, I have to say.
Well, I would like to say it was nothing, but it was something. A little bit, at least.
Well, I wanted to say that, with that in mind, I am sure you're aware of the dangers that lie around, if not for this world, then for your kingdoms. One such danger that you met before is the empire of my family.
I see. And what dangers does your family have?
The Drow Empire is ever expanding, and currently they have their eyes set here. I am also a visitor in this continent, my main role is that of a diplomat.
I see.
Allow me to give you this piece of advice, I suppose, and it is your choice whether you wish to take it or not. And before I give it, know that I hold no ill feelings towards you. If anything, I hope that you and your kingdom survive what is to come. But if I were you, I would surrender. Not to them, of course. That would be a terrible idea.
Well, I, unfortunately, am going to have to decline that less than polite offer.
Understandable. Not many people wish to give up their freedom, at least willingly.
And while I don't mean to boast too much, attacking Aria would be very ill-advised of her. That's not even for the sake of my kingdom. I mean, you've lived here long enough, and as you even stated, you heard the stories. There are a lot of people here who will be able to fight back, and not only fight back, but be very devastating. If it comes to war, well, and I hope that it doesn't, but I do believe we'd be able to hold our own.
For a while, I imagine you would. But the Drow Empire is ever expanding. It is the destiny of the Drow race to rule this planet. Be it in a few years or in a few centuries, this planet will become ours. The problem with that, of course, is that in doing so, we lose so much. Which is why I was hoping you would surrender to me. If you did so, very little would change. You would be under the Drow Empire, of course, but your culture, your history, your people would be treated much better than they would underneath my sisters, or especially under my mother.
Well, as I said previously, I will have to politely decline your offer, because I am not willing to give up my people's freedom, so to speak. Because even if you say nothing will change, the unfortunate thing is that there would be quite a big change. Mostly leadership.
Very well. If that is your decision. But just know that my offer will remain, always. If things become too dark for this kingdom, seek me out and I will aid.
I will keep that duly noted.
Good. Now, aside from that, she smiles. I still do aim to be as much help to this kingdom as I can before the inevitable. Like I said, I enjoy this place. Your people are friendly.
Well, I suppose it's my turn to say the same thing I said to you. take the time to get to know your little ragtag group of friends, and you'll get to help the kingdom a little more tomorrow. As said, there will be quests posted. And I do hope to see more of you. You are a very interesting young lady.
More adventurers or more drow?
Either.
Well, if you see more drow like me, I would be very interested to know what caused them to change their worldview to such a degree. But I will do as you suggested.
While you are a dime a dozen, the thing is that there are others that are like you. I mean, I've been around for 30 years. It would be It wouldn't be too terribly out of place for me to meet another drow like you.
Perhaps. But anyway, she bows respectfully. I shall take my leave, sir, and go meet up with my team.
Very good. I hope you do have a good time.
I hope I do as well. She turns to leave but pauses. Oh, wait. She turns. There is something I have been wondering.
And that is?
According to the legends, you, Ale, Logan, and Obitus were the ones that defeated that, dragon. Well, dragon, quote-unquote. You're here, and Ale is here as well. But what of the other two?
Other two?
Yes, Obitus and Logan. I've been unable to find them when I looked for them.
Well, I'm not sure it's my place to tell you where they are, but you're not going to be able to find at least Obi. Not unless he wants you to. And that's honestly a very scary thought.
Fair enough. Thank you for answering my question. I will take my leave, sir.
He nods and watches you go.
Yep. She will then look over to Hubert. Well, that turned out like all of the other times I've had this conversation, except for the first and second time.
I really, really hate it when you make me tell you I told you so.
It happens more often than either of us like to admit, I am aware. But nonetheless, giving them the opportunity is the humane thing to do.
The unfortunate thing, Lady Adelsade, is, well, quite frankly, they have no reason to surrender.
Not yet. Not yet. And at that, she frowns a bit. Well, let's continue onwards. The invading forces won't be around for a while, so we should be able to enjoy our time here until then.
Shall we go and meet up with our team?
You say that with such disdain.
I looked them over, and I was not impressed.
Very little impresses you, my friend. But anyway, yes, let's reconvene with them.
I believe they went to the first bar they saw. I was keeping my eye on them, as we would have to meet up with them eventually. So, as you all continue your night of debauchery, Adelsarde and Hubert comes along, and it doesn't take much for you to notice that Hubert has kind of a disdainful look, as if he doesn't approve of what foods and drink are being served here.
All I gotta say is, what debauchery? We haven't done anything that bad yet.
Well, Anton and
The night is still young, I can get into debauchery.
Anton and Thorgrim are drinking, and that technically classifies as debauchery.
It's the lowest form of debauchery.
But still debauchery.
Yeah.
Huh. I just looked up the definition of it. Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures.
The fellow by the name of Julian from the boy band challenged you to a friendly drinking contest, Thorgrim, and I said you can. We all know how this is gonna go, but if you want to see how badly you beat him, you can roll a con save with advantage.
Okay.
Because he,
man.
he rolled a 3. He ain't doing too good.
Yeah. I beat him pretty bad.
Wow.
Whenever he challenged you to a friendly drinking game, you looked him over, you realized he was human, and you just slid half of the mug of the dwarven drink to him. And now he's kind of just laying face first on the table while you're still just more or less chugging back everything.
Amateur. Chug, 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 chug.
Even Tauntaun managed more than that. And he was previously liquored!
You just see Jack sigh and shake his head and just, I'm going to have to deal with a hungover idiot in the morning.
Make
Get him
that
lots
move!
Get him lots of water.
I will see what. I will probably have to drown him in a water trough, but I will manage to sober him up.
Whatever works. Chug, 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 chug.
So what's the
chug,
cat
chug.
doing?
Cat's just chilling outside. It doesn't like people.
That's fair.
Cat after my own heart.
Adel Sarday.
Cat is being cat.
Adel Sarday will walk over to the table. Hello.
You see Jack look up and nod. Hello. My name. Hold on, I have to look at my sheet. My name is Jacques Viner, but people just call me Jack. The
Which one is
passed out.
saying this?
Do what?
Which one is saying this?
The
A redhead.
one at the top, redhead.
Alright.
This one,
The
he
one who
motions.
just looked sick of your shit.
Emotions to the passed out looking one who's purple, says, is Julian. I would tell you his last name, but that's not important. Then there's Jivenko, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because I always pronounce it wrong. Damn right you do. You can call him Geo. He likes to make food. Cook food. Whatever.
Thorgrim leans back in his chair and puts up his feet on the table.
Uno momento, por favor. Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Hello.
Hola.
Yeah.
I still love that I just gave him a Spanish last name, but he gave him a French accent.
You never told me what nationality they had to be.
No, I didn't. That's fair. I can't pronounce half these names either.
That's the reason why I'm going to pretend that they don't have last names.
So, are we all just having casual conversation, or is there something going on to say? Chug, 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 chug.
Hubert will sit at the other table, clasp his hands together, and will just watch on for now. It doesn't seem like he has anything to say.
Well, she looks to the dwarf. What is your name?
Slam! This beer stein lands on the table with a thud. He leans back, putting his feet back on the ground, and says, Thorgrim of the Coldbeard clan.
Ah, I see. My name is Adel Sarday. I'm at your service.
What service do you provide?
Pleasant conversation.
Oh, you're not gonna find much of that with me, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. He belches.
Plenty of it. But plenty of that with me, the cook. Not Julian. I get these fuckers mixed up constantly.
Julian is the merchant.
Julian's the passed out one. Geo said that.
Good thing I color coded these guys.
Yeah, blue, purple, and pink.
That's not pink, that's magenta. Get it right.
It's not.
Whatever the fuck.
That's not pink. It's a lightish red.
Boy, Geo.
Tauntaun is pink.
That's
Geo.
That's your name,
Theo
right?
looks. Yes, it is. How can I help you?
You said you make food.
I do.
Do you... Maybe one of these days, I might take you up on that. Can you cook meat?
I can cook anything.
Good. Haven't had proper leg of lamb in forever.
Oh, lamb is my favorite.
What do you know? He stretches, his arms just like crack, like muscles tensing, bones cracking. Lamb's my favorite too.
We have so much in common, it seems.
I wouldn't go that far, but at least we have one thing in common.
Seems like a veritable pact made in heaven.
Thorgrim starts like he doesn't really stand up. He just sort of sits in his chair and he just starts doing like these, like he starts doing stretches basically.
He starts doing calisthenics.
Yeah, if one arm touching the opposite knee, and the other one, and then sort of touches toes and
Steak and eggs and eggs and steak.
his old bones aren't what they used to be. So,
I still love the fact that apparently I tower over the party.
yes, you're much larger than pretty much everyone else here. Especially
I'm
me,
larger, but I'm also a twig.
who's like 4'2". So, are we... I guess this mission of ours that we've been sent on by, castle folk.
We haven't been sent on anything just yet.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, us being friends and doing all this small talk seems kind of like a mission to me.
Jack will then pipe up and say, well, he did technically say this was our first mission.
And while Thorgrim's doing his stretches and he continues talking. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I may not like the cut of most of your jibs, but as long as we're together, you guys are my family, so I'll protect you. No need to worry. You just stay behind me, and if any bad stuff comes our way, I'll punch it for you.
Jack nods before saying, you won't have to worry about me. I'm not much of a fighter, so I won't be a part of any physical squabbles, at least.
Probably good. You're not... Don't mean to be rude or anything, but you look kind of scrawny.
And you would be right in saying that.
I know. That's why I said it. But hey, at least when we're done, I can come to you and you can help me, get some lamb, and we could probably talk about. And then he stops and goes, "What would we talk about?"
Lamb?
I guess. Good point.
Past lives, whatever missions we end up getting sent on, how that made us feel, etc., etc.
Punching stuff makes me feel happy.
That is a feeling that I am not very familiar with. Mostly because I don't think I've ever actually punched anybody. I've had no reason to.
Well, I mean, cooking makes you happy, right?
Jack just kind of shrugs before motioning to Geo. That would be Geo's forte. Geo then says, yes, it would. But I don't know how much cooking expertise you have. I could try and teach you, though.
Well, even if I totally suck at it, which I probably will, and that was never really my thing either. In my old age, I've kind of learned something.
You don't look too terribly old.
I'm probably older than all three of you combined.
And how old are you?
207.
Oh. Jack, how old are you? You know how old I am. Yes, you were right. You are older than the three of us combined.
Yes, and
I don't know about the drow and the half-elf, though. He may be just as old as you.
No, he has me beat by a few decades.
well, in my years of learning and living, I've noticed a couple things. And one of those things is, no matter what you try, no matter what you do, there's always growth behind it. You know, lessons hide in whether you fail or whether you succeed. So, keep trying stuff.
That is a wonderful way to look at life.
That's better than sitting on your ass and doing nothing. Speaking of which, he looks at the now 3 empty mugs in front of him. Then he points. I'm gonna go try some of the other wine or some of the other beer. I'll be right back. And he goes off to one of the other stalls to drink.
Jack just kind of looks down at his mug and says, I don't think that was beer. But whatever he thinks it was, that's fine by me.
I mean, I'm fairly certain that rum is just a dwarven beer at this point.
Very well might be.
Since they
I think
can't
rum is just dwarven water.
So,
Yeah, it's probably like fucking old Russia, where anything 5% or below in alcohol content was a soft drink.
I thought it was 10%, but okay.
I got 3 Cokes. I'm going to.
I mean, it's
4.
your dwarves. You can make it whatever you want.
No, I was saying I thought it was Russia had the 10% or lower rule. But anyway, Tauntaun and Jubilee, what are you all doing?
I'm trying to find ways to buy more of the champagne, the other named ones. Since I'm going to be traveling with these people, and I highly doubt all of them can handle dwarvish rum.
What about you, Jubilee?
Jubilee is continuing her performance and seeing how many people are trying to, get to know who she is and all that. Basically, performing and then mingling afterwards.
You can't roll a D100 for me.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Alright. So you managed to earn 12 gold as people toss some coins up to you as you perform.
Nice.
I knew it was 10!
That is freaking great.
It also means that they could have children drink beer.
Oh, God. Oh
It was
no.
a soft drink, not alcohol.
Hold on, are you of age? No, it's the beer for you.
Are you of age? I'm 10. Oh, the good thing that's a soft drink.
I'm 10. Have 3.
Alright, I will be right back.
You'll be right back. Okay.
The crack that smiles back. Nice act.
What?
No question. I'm looking at other soldiers.
So, which is that moment going into the highlight reel?
What are you talking about? Everything that we're currently saying is going to be in the video.
Sweet.
I know. I figured you'd make a highlight reel version just to.
No.
No highlights? Aw.
No. He's like, maybe at the end, when we finish this campaign, I'll do that, but that will potentially be years from now, given how long the last campaign was. So,
A few minutes later.
All right,
let's get
so
back to it.
Anton, what are you doing?
Trying to buy the champagne, the vodka, and the rum, if possible.
Okay, so
Stuff to take for travel.
you come to find out that if you are going to buy it, you will have to buy an entire cask of it.
How much is a cask?
Is that the right word? No.
Yes, casket.
Yep.
Oh,
Cast.
okay.
Cask or barrel works either way.
Well,
No.
a cask is smaller than a barrel.
I think
A cask is
the
something
right
that you
word.
can feasibly carry. If you have strength.
Cask of the champagne will cost you 50 gold per cask. Of the vodka, it will be 75 gold. And of the rum, a whopping price of 15 gold, because the dwarf really likes getting people drunk.
I guess we're gonna buy 2 of the dwarvish rum and say fuck the rest.
You're
Dwarfs.
that poor?
The
I
dwarf
only have
smiles.
95 gold. I can't buy those.
The dwarf smiles before setting the 2 casks, which you look them over and you begin to realize they're about double the size about what you expect them to be, before taking the gold and just you enjoy that there, lad.
Did they just take all of the casks of the,
I only bought 2.
or is there, how many more are there?
Probably a lot.
Hold on. There are 2 more casks, and there are 4 barrels.
How much is a barrel?
Looks you over before rubbing his nose and says, "Normally I would charge about 50 gold per barrel, but for you, I'll give you 1 for half."
That amount of alcohol. That's a
Deal.
good. That's a deal.
Deal.
He then grabs one of the barrels, lugs it over with ease, and just sets it onto the bar. There you go. And then he holds out his hand for the coin.
Yep. Plunk.
Yeah, I already know you're going to enjoy it, so I'm just going to say have fun.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry, my friend. And he'll just hoist it over his shoulder. And he'll carry it back. Just like over his shoulder, he'll give like a 2-finger salute, just like later.
He gives you the exact same one as he pockets his gold. What a good man.
Thud.
I think at this point, Jubilee makes her way back to the group. Ah, that was a nice performance.
Ah,
Did any of you guys watch?
I did. Then I bought liquor.
Oh,
I
thank you.
apologize. I apologize. I did not notice. What is your name?
My name?
Yes,
It's Jubilee.
my name is Adol Sade. It is nice to meet you.
A pleasure. Gives
I
a polite bow.
I only caught the tail end of your performance. We just got here. Hubert chimes in as he sits in his spot.
What did you think about it, Hubert?
Yes,
It was
I would
very-
love to hear that. Jubilee says, putting her elbows on the table, chin on the hand, with a smirk.
It was very flashy.
Oh, that means he really liked it.
Oh, did he now?
I half expected something blunt or sarcastic.
No, you'll get that from me only. Don't worry.
You know? Never mind.
Yeah.
seems like your aid, Miss eldest. I cannot say this. Adelsarde. Yeah. Seems like your aid, Miss Adelsarde, is a little tongue-tied.
My tongue is not tied. I merely have nothing else to say on the topic.
Oh, really now?
He continues sitting at the in the chair with his hands clasped neatly on the table as he just curtly nods.
All right. Who knows? Maybe in the future you could show me that tongue isn't tied. Then turns back to the princess. So
You don't know she's a princess.
I'm saying that because I have a hard time.
I know.
That was out of character.
I know. I'm pulling your leg.
Meanwhile, Thorgrim's sitting there dancing in the chair and onto the table.
I'm trying to find the specific spot where it looks like but now it looks like I'm sitting on the back of the chair, which means like up my butt or something.
Hold on. If you hold Alt, you can put yourself wherever.
If I what?
Hold Alt.
Oh,
So like,
yeah,
if you hold Alt and click your character, you can just...
Yeah, it removes it from grids.
Ta-da.
There we go.
Julian, however, apparently fell out of his chair at some point.
Yeah, Julian's on the floor. He's the one who rolled a 3 on his con save against being drunk.
That's what you get when you challenge a dwarf to a drinking contest.
Jack thinks of this and just looks to you. What happens if a dwarf challenges a dwarf to a drinking contest?
The tavern's gonna go out of business is what's gonna happen.
Well, then we just start drinking all night and all day.
Somebody's going out of business.
I guess.
Going out of business or retiring?
Both. They're retiring because they went out of business.
Yeah, it's forced retirement.
There you go. My
Anyway, is Miss Elstarde.
Yes?
What made you want to come out here?
What do you mean?
I mean, we probably all have our reasons for wanting to see the request out. Curious about what your motivation was.
I enjoy this country. Well, specifically I enjoy this continent. However, there was the call from this country, and this king is a very interesting one. I hope to have the opportunity to speak with him, as well as to partake in his challenge.
Yeah, this king is very different, is the best polite way I could put it.
He is an interesting person. However, given what he did, I believe that he is allowed to be interesting.
I suppose.
That is the thing about legends. They tend to be blown out of proportion, even if they are based on very impressive schemes. Before I met him today, I heard tales that he had the ability to cause fire to rain from the sky, or to move from country to country at the snap of his fingers, or perhaps even have the ability to cause explosions and powerful things that have never been seen before. I doubt that is the case, or at least I doubt that's completely the case. I also heard that he is an incredibly stoic person who can see into your soul. He seemed anything but he is definitely wise.
There is also a rumor that a friend of his could kill this entire continent and raise them all as undead. I am
After
unsure.
seeing some of those undead guards, I probably could believe that one. Well, as they always say, the truth lies somewhere in the middle, between the legend and the man we met today. Well, the truth's gotta be in the middle somewhere.
We met 1 out of 4 of the legends. We might meet the other 3 if we are so lucky.
Perhaps. Begs the next question. I think the tavern might have a room for me after that performance, but where are you all staying?
Tauntaun's gonna look at Jack. Where are we staying?
I've rented us rooms at an inn down the street.
Adel looks over to Hubert. Did you make any preparations for lodgings?
Of course I did.
She smiles. Of course.
I found the best inn at the best price with the best room. Just for you.
And for you as well. You're not staying in another inn.
I never said I was staying in an inn.
Then where are you staying?
I have a perfectly good tenant.
Nope, you're staying in the inn.
I will not.
Then I'm staying in the tent.
You will not.
Oh, come on, Hubert. I know you want to give your companion. I'm not sure. What's the relationship? No, friend. What? I know you want to give your friend privacy, but you don't have to sleep in a tent. You can stay here with me if you want. She says with a little bit of a smirk.
I am afraid.
That actually seems like it would be a wonderful idea.
I am afraid I cannot be too terribly far away from Lady Adelsade at any given time.
Then stay in the damn room.
He just looks over at Orgrim and says, "I am not permitted to."
Why
She
the hell
just
not?
gave you permission to?
Her mother, however, said I am not allowed to rest within the same room as her.
Room, yes. Building, she never mentioned anything about that.
Jax, does that work as a loophole?
Technically, yes.
So it's a settle then. And I don't want you being off on your own because that's when you get all moody.
You claim everything makes me moody.
To be fair, you do sound moody.
See?
She's right. You are pretty moody right now.
Wow,
Did
you've got
you
some work to
Did
make
you
up with.
already pay for our lodgings, Hubert?
I did.
Alright. She looks suitably. Would you perhaps like to stay in the same inn as us?
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Perfect. You can share a room with Hubert so he's not on his own, and we'll be neighbors.
You are quite the smart one.
She smiles.
Jubilee is having a little chuckle.
Hubert doesn't really seem fazed by any of this.
Just don't do anything untoward towards him.
Alright, I'll behave.
I'm glad we've reached an understanding.
I hope you realize I was only teasing him.
I am aware. But teasing means different things for different people.
As long as the intent is not to harm, I don't see the problem. But I will respect wishes.
Good.
I wouldn't want to do anything that someone does not want. It says the last part with a slight twinge of hurt, but like.
Alright. So, Thorgrim, at this point, Geo decides that he wants to, just for fun, see if how well he can do against you in a drinking contest.
Thorgrim just goes, "All right. Cheers."
Cheers! And Geo actually manages to surprise you a bit, as he's not keeping pace with you, but he's not too far behind you.
Not
No
bad.
pushover.
Not bad.
I can't be a good cook if I can't even drink a lot.
Thorgrim will down his glass and will pour himself another one, and then will hold out his hand for Geo's glass. You want to try?
Geo shrugs before holding his glass out to you.
Okay, we'll pour him a mug of the dwarven rum and then hand it back. And then we'll offer cheers again.
He does his cheers with you.
Wow.
And this time, as you two begin drinking, almost instantly, he turns the mug upside down and drains it and sets it upside down. When you're about halfway done with your drink and he just gives you a smile.
he does like the classic cartoon thing where it's like he's drinking and he like peers over the glass at Geo and just goes. You see his eyebrow just raised.
Geo also has advantage against saves involving specifically drinking.
Slams his mug on the table. Then he just wipes the suds from his beard and goes, "You know what? I like you."
Geo smiles and says, "I don't think I'd be able to keep up with you all night, but for the short term, I definitely can go blow for blow."
Everybody likes Geo. It's Geo.
Kono Geoda?
Zakuko.
Well,
Nobody angers the cook. They can poison you.
I don't. I mean, there ain't too many people that can hold a candle to a dwarf when it comes to drinking all night, but wouldn't mind. If you want to continue drinking for the short term, that's all power to you, I guess.
And think of me as your drinking buddy until I pass out on the floor and Jack has to drag me to the inn. I'm not doing that again.
Deal. And he looks at the rest of the group, and then he's kind of got this like look where he looks at the rest of the group and it's like, and the look kind of just wordlessly says, "Why can't you all be more like this guy?"
Because I drank from the entire bar?
Yeah,
Sir,
and then
I'm waiting to digest all that first.
Sir, I'm a lady.
Sarday just smiles neutrally. I do not partake in anything which can affect my judgment.
And I have to stay sober so that I can drag that lump back to the inn, he says, pointing to the passed out one on the floor.
Thorgrim lets out a hearty laugh. You're all no fun.
You could just drink the champagne.
I don't have time for that slop. Go.
It's so tasty.
It is tasty, and it seems like it'd be great for parties.
Go.
Well, high-class party.
Seen a few of those.
In other words, the boring party.
At that, Adel glances over to Hubert and chuckles slightly.
Hubert doesn't seem bothered at all, continuing to sit with a very neutral face, hands clasped together, just kind of there.
Boy.
I'm petting my cat.
But even high-class parties need a good entertainment, and they pay very well, too. Even if some of them don't really appreciate the dance too well.
Thorgrim will, after downing yet another mug, will put it down and say, and after doing another belch, sort of just looks around and says, What do y'all think with what do y'all think the job that they wanted us to do was?
Aside from getting to know each other.
Yeah, the one after that.
Kill something?
It will probably either be something diplomatic or handling a band of goblins or
Aw, but goblins are so cute.
Goblins are typically misunderstood.
Well, I'm gonna lay this down flat on the table here. I don't do any diplomatic shit. That's really not my thing. So I hope one of you is at least good at talking, because I sure as hell am not good at talking. However, I am good at fighting things. So if you need fighting, I'll do fighting for you.
I can overcome most language barriers.
You gave me worry there for a moment, Mr. Coldbeard.
What? What do you mean?
When you said you did not do diplomatic things, I thought you were going to say that you didn't want it to be attempted at all.
No. I mean, I understand that people are good at talking, people are good at fighting. I'm just saying that I'm not good at talking. I would much prefer just to skip that process and punch someone in the face. That's kind of what I'm good at.
The Coldbeard is very wise.
Indeed. I was going to say, I thought you wise, and I'm glad that I was right on that initial assumption.
I honestly, there are two types of people in this world. People that know what they're good at, and the people that think they know what they're good at. And the people that think they know what they're good at will try anything and will end up causing a stupid mistake because they think that they're good at something and end up that thing that they think that they're good at ends up putting them in trouble.
I think I understood that?
Are you speaking from personal experience?
I live in a dwarf colony underground. There's thousands upon thousands of dwarves there, and they all have varying degrees of stupidity.
I would not call it stupidity. Well, she gestures to Hubert. Hubert would call it stupidity, of course.
Madam, I must remind you, decades ago, they solved who would be in charge of their war by having an entire nationwide fight.
And it worked, did it not?
That doesn't make it any less idiotic.
Just because it is not in our typical worldview does not make it idiotic.
It does. Just because it worked doesn't mean it isn't stupid.
I think that's actually the opposite.
Disagree, my friend.
And Thorgrim will point at the two that are I guess it's not really arguing, but having a stern conversation with another.
A debate.
Debate.
It's more of a debate than an argument.
And we'll point at both of them and just say, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
You have like I said, there are two people in this world. People that know what they want and people that think they know what they want. And will try everything. But you see, that's another, and you notice that Thorgrim's starting to get a little, like his speech is starting to slur a little because he's had like 6 dwarven rums at this point, and
he's drunk rambling.
He's drunk rambling basically. But that depends on the type of person you see. You points at Adel Sarday might think that one thing is good and one thing is not, and then he points at Hubert. You'll think the opposite though, and then he points at any of the 3 servants, and you guys will think different things as well. It's all a matter of perspective and opinion.
I don't agree with the only 2 types of people, because I don't know what I want.
Ghibli just kind of tilts her head, like, confused.
Adel Sarday is, considering what he's saying.
Thorgrim will point at the super flamboyant one with the high heels and go, aha! There's a third person now. Someone who doesn't know what they want at all. I'll have to write that down. I haven't encountered a lot of those people.
She looks over to him finally and looks him up and down. Interesting.
Look at
You.
Oh.
You are
What?
interesting. I'm sorry, I think I did not introduce myself. My name is Adel Sade. What is yours?
Crap, hold on. That depends. Do you want what I normally go by or the full name?
Whichever is more comfortable for you.
Then just call me Tonton.
Tauntaun. Are you from around here?
I'm a few countries over.
Fellow foreigner.
Oh, foreigner to here. I'm from the continent. Not from...
Oh, so Solarian.
No, that's too far over.
That means you're from the Blood Veil?
Correct. The land of vampires and stuff.
She slowly tilts her head. Is that so?
Yes,
I am surprised.
I gotta say, it has the best nightlife.
I have not had a chance to visit that country just yet. It was going to be on my list at a later point. I did not expect to find people from that country to be so loud. Not in a bad sense. I mean, your clothing is
It's called fashion, honey.
flamboyant. This is the fashion in Blood Veil?
Oh, Jack pipes in behind.
It will be eventually.
She leans back. Okay, I was going to say that would be very confusing.
DM, can I make a history check to know what the fashion is in Blood Veil?
Sure.
I don't know, just cause.
Although, I love how you guys say it looks flamboyant when it's really just a poncho and some black.
Okay, with
man,
a
that's
13, would
flamboyant
I-
compared to everyone else?
With a 13, would I know his fashion is completely out there?
Yes, absolutely. And it's not the fact that it's a poncho and a black suit. It's a fact that it's a poncho, a black suit, sunglasses, rings, and a black skirt over your black suit.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm pretty sure that's not Bloodvalian fashion.
It isn't yet. I'm working on it.
I can respect the fellow trendsetter.
She smiles. Almost happily. Well, yeah, actually happily.
I'm here to get my name out there, so I guess whether it's through clothing or through dance, yeah, gotta just put yourself out there.
I have a question for you, Jubilee.
Oh,
Why do you want to put your name out there?
no, it's a lot simpler than it looks, but I just want to make people happy, and entertaining is the best way I know how. The more I'm out there, the more people I can entertain. The more people I entertain, the more happiness I can bring.
Interesting.
That's very noble.
I might not be the best in combat, but sometimes I hope it's not necessary. Doesn't mean I can't protect myself, but still. Besides, you know, that's all I'll say for now.
DM, what time is it?
You're looking over. The sun's beginning to set. It's not quite late yet, but within a few hours, you're certain that everything will be wrapping up and people will be going to bed.
All right. Well, looks like the light's fading away, so why don't we dispense with all the serious talk and get some more drinking, eh?
If you're going to drink.
Like the way you think, Geo says, pointing at you as he slowly slides his mug over to you with a look of eh.
And then Thorgrim nods, with a big old grin on his underneath his bushy beard, takes the mug, fills it, slides it back.
It takes it very happily and begins drinking it almost instantly.
I like it, Geo, my boy. Reaches over and gives him like a hearty pat on the back.
Jack at this point, it just sighs and shakes his head as he realizes he's going to have to drag 2 unconscious idiots back home.
Yeah. Sorry, old man's getting his friends drunk.
This is why you don't try to outdrink the old man. The old man is going to drink all the youngsters under the table.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if the old man's also a dwarf.
With con save proficiency.
Yep. So, yeah, I imagine at this point Thorgrim will kind of clam up and just, casually drink and maybe chat it up with Geo a bit, but mostly just sort of look around at each member of the group, sort of eyeing them and seeing if they're, seeing if their spirits still remain high, or if they're hiding anything, or particularly pensive about something.
I mean, most of the bar seems to be having a good, happy energy, yeah?
That's good.
Nobody seems to be worried about anything. Everyone seems to be having a good time.
That's good. That's the way parties should be.
What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. You notice off in a corner, and you recognize this as a friendly brawl, but 2 dwarves are currently in a fist fight about something. You're not sure what they're arguing about, but...
You see that grin slowly lift up his beard again.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And then almost mechanically, his neck muscles just... And then he'll hop off the chair and just go, "Excuse me, fellas, I've got something to attend to." And he's going to walk over to the other dwarves, engaging in fisticuffs.
You get over there, and they're currently laughing. They don't actually seem to be arguing about anything, at least not anymore, as they continue just throwing punches, having a good time.
Oh, wait, you too.
Huh? Ah! Good to see a fellow dwarf. How can we help ya?
You mind having a third?
No, we would love to have another.
He cracks his knuckles. Here I come.
I'm not gonna make anybody roll initiative for this. Just
One
roll a
draw.
D100 for me.
Roll a D100. Gotcha. Boop. And a boop. and a boop, and a boop. That's... Uh-oh.
You got your ass handed to you.
Plus minus 10.
Yeah,
So-
you rolled extremely well.
Well, the difference here is those two dwarves are basic bitch people, and you're actually a player character. So even with their high rolls, they began getting the upper hand against you as they seem to be focusing you and only you just for the fun of it, because you did just step in, but you managed to ground yourself as you throw fists back and try to take the upper hand. Roll another d100 for me. Oh.
Oh, hello.
All right. So, you finally get your footing. You manage to block most of the hits from being too terribly detrimental, and just with a very sudden and stiff right hook, you just slam your fist directly into the jaw of one of the dwarves, and almost immediately you knock him unconscious as the second dwarf looks down at the person he was fighting before looking at you, and where most people would be afraid, you can just see him grinning with excitement to this.
Can I do something?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Since we're not, I don't anticipate we're going to be fighting any beasties yet. When he smiles at me and grits his teeth and he looks like he's about to square up, Thorgrim will do the same. He will grin, but his teeth will grit slightly.
Mhm.
I would like to rage.
All right.
Oh boy.
Barbarian time.
That'll give you a plus 10 on your D100 roll.
And now watch.
Observe.
Oh
Oh
God!
lord.
Oh
So-
my.
You rolled a 94 to his 30.
Yep.
How do you want this tavern brawl to end?
He's going to do like he'll spread his stance, hold his arms out, and do like a running charge, scoop him up in like a wrestling style like takedown, and he will, before the other guy hits the ground, switch his stance so he's actually behind the guy as he's falling, and will basically just sort of put him in a sleeper hold and just put him to sleep.
Okay. He struggles for a bit, just trying to get you off of him, but over the course of time, you are very much stronger than him, and you just slowly put him to sleep. And whereas in most taverns where you would get into a bar fight, you would get shooed out, it seems everybody was rather impressed with your very non-destructive ways of handling the situation.
It's rare they see a non-destructive dwarf in a bar fight.
And
It's like seeing a unicorn.
yeah, and once he is sure that the other dwarf is limp, he slowly comes out of his rage and he's like, I'm not as young as I used to be. He'll pick up the other dwarf that's now asleep and he will carry him to an empty chair, sit him down on it, and sort of pat him on the head. Take a nap there, fella. You deserve it. And he'll look at the rest of the bar and go, anyone else?
Let me do a roll.
Just a bounce of it.
Alright. You actually... People sit in silence for a moment before you see a human stand up, him stretching his fingers a bit before saying, I'll give it a go.
I like the cut of your jib, mate.
He smiles. He smiles before slowly taking a stance, and you can tell by the stance he takes, he's a bit more a bit more well trained than the other two you just fought.
Oh, good.
This one knows what he's doing.
And with that, I would like you to roll initiative.
Oh, here it goes.
Here comes the tutorial. Hey, here comes the tutorial fight for you.
Tutorial fight.
And it's of course, it's gotta be one of the party, not the entire party.
Hello, generic not human.
I mean, it could be a tiefling. Again, we have all sorts in this bar.
Yeah, but humans typically don't have tails.
You know what? I'll just say he's a tiefling. All right.
Cool.
So
Nice,
for initiative, he rolled 4.
There's the first net one of the campaign.
Love it.
Roll initiative for him.
I believe. Yeah, there we go. I didn't roll too well.
Yeah, you rolled better than him though,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters.
I'm pretty sure the bar stool rolled better than him.
All right. So you get to go first, Mr. Thorgrim.
Okay.
What do you do?
Since you said I recognize this guy is not your average pansy, right?
Yeah, he is not a Joe Schmo.
Not your average drunkard, eh?
Nah, it's very clear that he has some sort of training based on the stance he's taking.
Yes. Okay. Question.
Answer.
Since I raged to fight the first guy.
You have 2 rages per day.
Okay. It says I have 3 at third, and we're at third. No, third barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are level 1 in Barbarian currently.
Yes. So would I be required to rage a second time?
You will. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will do so as a bonus action then.
All right.
And I will basically just fling myself at him with an unarmed strike and attempt to just Superman punch him in the face.
Okay. All right. So you begin raging. You can hear your blood pumping in your ears, and you swing your first blow, and you watch as, while unarmed, he moves his hand, hits your wrist, and deflects your punch off course as you miss.
Ah, fellow monk, eh?
Maybe.
Come on, boy.
He smiles as you say this before he takes his attacks against you.
Oh no.
Holy shit. First crit fail, first crit success. Okay.
Well, you hit once.
Alright. So, that will be his attack and bonus action attack. Oh, and I get to tell you the rules of crits in this. So, my rules of crits is normally it's roll 2 dice. However, the way I do it is you will maximize your first roll, and then you will roll your second die. So he automatically gets 4 damage on you.
Okay. Add 2.
So he deals a total of 9, which gets halved to 4. Yeah,
Okay.
gets halved to 4, as he blocks your first one, and as he throws a punch, you manage to dodge it by ducking under it, and as you do, almost immediately you see his knee rise and slam you in the nose.
Ow.
As it moves back to your turn.
That was a good shot.
Thank you.
Here I come.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then since I'm raging, that's an extra 2 damage. So it'll be +2 to whatever this is. Oh, that's unattackable. Shit. How do I roll the damage? Do I just roll?
Click on the name unnamed unarmed strike.
So another thing you can do is in the little bar on the left hand of the screen, you can click the little d20.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
And you get to roll whatever dice you want to there.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
It'll even let you add your modifier.
Ooh.
8 damage to the face.
So you go at him and you throw your first one and you slam an uppercut into his gut, and you can feel the air rush out of him as he goes to the blow, but remains standing.
Didn't think I'd take you out. Come on!
Are you going to use your bonus action?
I already used it to rage, and I don't.
That was your first turn. This is your second.
Yeah, you get bonus action every turn.
No, I know that. So I'm just stating that I've already used it to rage, so I don't think I have anything else I can use my bonus action on.
You're a monk. You can bonus action on arm strike.
Yep, you can do another
When
attack.
you can make. Oh, okay. I will do that.
All right.
Punch him again.
Where is my doink? Nope.
All right. He
Who's loading a
seems
gun
ready.
back?
He seems ready for this as you throw another punch and you feel something wrap around your wrist and you look over and you see his tail holding it from hitting him as he begins hopping from foot to foot and will take 3 attacks against you to use as
It's
a
just not fair. I don't
Uh-oh.
have a tail, you should use.
Never
That
mind.
one.
So, his first attack will slam you in the side of the head for 7 damage. However, he rolled a nat 1, which means you now get to counter him. How do you counter?
New rule.
I am going to attempt, since he's doing hoppy, jumpy, flippy shit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick him in the back of the knee
Okay.
to try and make him slower and possibly reduce his ability to dodge.
Roll an attack with disadvantage, as that is a targeted
Called.
attack.
It's a called
Uh,
attack.
An
Yeah,
unarmed
call.
strike, perhaps?
Or whatever.
Yeah, you just gotta roll with disadvantage. So.
Nope.
So, you swing at the back of his knee, but he seems to see this coming as he hops to the right. But due to his nat 1, that brings an end to his turn, and it goes on to yours.
Okay, well, I'm going to do 2 attacks, one with my action and one with my bonus. So first is a not natural 20. Second is a miss.
Alright, so the first one will hit. The second one, I will describe in a moment.
5 damage.
So your first one, you hit him in the ribs, and once again he buckles before deflecting the next blow you swing at him, as it really appears that he's giving his all to this. Doesn't seem he wants to be taken down. So he'll use another key point and get another crit failure.
Yep.
DM, you
Not
okay?
before dealing 7 damage to you again,
Wow.
which is half to 3. And
Yep.
how do you want to counter?
I will not make a targeted strike, and I'm just gonna swing at his gut. Just go.
Alright, just
Roll gut punch.
all standard damage then.
Oh, just roll damage? Oh, excellent. Please.
Since you just want to deal damage, you'll just get damage. That's a heavy blow. All right.
Maximum
So
damage.
at this point, he looks battered and bruised, but he's still standing as he takes a stance and gets ready for your next onslaught of attacks.
Which is coming right the heck now.
Yes.
Boink. Nope. Whiff whiff.
So you swing your first punch and he catches it, and you just kind of blink because it's been a while since someone stood up to you like this. So you swing the other one and he catches that one before throwing both of your hands down to your side and proceeds to use a third key point to make 3 attacks against you.
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
He
This is
is
gonna
done
hurt.
with the
As he deals 3, 3, and 3 damage to you for a total of 9.
3, 6, 9.
Okay.
I halved it all for you.
Yeah, I am at 20 hit points right now, I think.
Alright,
That's right, barbarian.
so it moves on to your turn.
Okay, 2 attacks yet again.
Oh, by the way, I feel like I should also tell you this. Fighters also get a bonus action called Second Wind. I believe you get that at level 1. Yeah, you just get.
No, I thought you get a level 2.
Oh, that's Action Surge.
Yeah, action surge is level 2.
You have Second Wind.
Gotcha.
On your turn, you can use your bonus action to regain hit points equal to a D10 plus your fighter level.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to do that next turn.
All right. So your
10
first
plus fighter. So
your first attack, you swing a kick at him, and he raises his foot and stomps your foot down to prevent you from hitting him.
Ow, son of a! Ow, ow, my foot, ow.
You
ow.
immediately swing a punch for that, and he once again deflects it, as he will take only 2 attacks against you this time. And this is the first one. What's your DC?
It is, my AC is 14.
Yeah. Okay. So he misses both attacks as he swings the first one, and now you're beginning to catch your stride as you block the first one and just sidestep the second one. As even with your old, tired bones, you're beginning to feel the rhythm and feel the movement again as it moves back to your turn.
Okay, I'm going to do 1 attack with my normal action. 17.
That'll hit.
For 5 damage again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my second win.
D10 plus 1.
Yeah, another, so take 3 back.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of HP for this guy to try and bust through. Alright.
Okay.
So you take a deep breath and center yourself as you get ready to fight on. Sorry, I didn't realize you were going to talk.
I sort of wipe a little bit of blood from my nose and just sort of square up and say, "Come on, is that all you got? You can get going all day."
I'm not done yet, he says as he proceeds to make 2 attacks against you. And he hits with 1. As he swings a punch at you, slamming you directly in the jaw before quickly spinning, trying to kick you, but you manage to duck under this one due to your stature as you take 2 damage from the blow.
Cool. 2 attacks coming his way. Damn it.
The first one he knocks aside, but makes the mistake of watching it as your second attack flies in while he's busy making sure your first didn't land as you hit him square.
Wow. Another 1 for damage. Shit.
Alright, at this point you can tell that he's on the ropes, and he takes a deep breath before using another key point to use Flurry of Blows against you.
Holy fuck.
So 2 hits.
Right. So the first one deals 7 damage, which gets halved to 3, and the second one deals 10 damage, which gets halved to 5.
Okay. I'm also getting pretty weak.
Right. As it moves on to your turn.
Okay. Gonna try and close this one out. 2 attacks. Damn it.
Alright. Alright. So he gets to manage to counter on you, and as you swing your first blow, he places his fist in his palm and just elbows you straight in the nose.
Why the nose?
And I'll be nice and allow your second one to hit as he deals a grand total of 3 damage to you again.
Okay. Bet.
Right. So it'll move on to his turn, where he hopes he can manage to put you down. Misses with his first attack, which goes right over your head, before swinging a punch at your ribs and slamming you in the ribs for 2 points of damage.
Okay. Alright, 2 more.
That'll hit. And that'll hit.
Do you mind if I just roll all the damage at once?
I mean, I'll save you the trouble and just ask, how do you want to do this?
Okay, he's going to he will jump, like, with a lot more agility you'd expect from a dwarf. And he will, since I'm imagining the tiefling is much taller than he is, so he's going to jump and do, like, the classic left-right, to the jaw and then to the jaw again. And then he's going to just sort of backflip off of his chest.
Okay. So he will stand there for a moment looking dazed and looks like he's still ready to go before just all of a sudden slumping to the ground, as it's very clear you knocked him out.
I'm gonna stumble on over to him, and I'm gonna try and sort of guide him to the nearest empty chair and just sort of set him down on it.
You go to the table that you saw him come from, where his party is sitting, and you can see them kind of more seeming impressed that he managed to go toe to toe with you for so long. And they assure you they'll take care of him. They'll make sure that he gets to an inn, gets cared for if need be.
Thank you kindly. Sorry, folks. Show's over.
Aww. Some of them say "aw," but they understand.
Yeah. By now, I'm sure Thorgrim's got like a bloody nose, and a black eye. He's just. All right. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. And he just sort of stumbles towards where the rest of the group is.
Jack, as you come over, Jack looks to you and goes, "Do I need to drag you to the inn as well?"
No, I can walk. I'm good. Thanks, though.
No, I'll at least lead you to the one we're staying in. It's better to stay together after.
Thank you.
Julie will go to Thorgrim and, like, here, let me at least fix your nose, and she'll cast a healing word on him.
Oh. He'll do like the sort of scrunch to sort of check to see if it's still there, and he'll go, "Yeah, thanks. Didn't expect that. That helps a lot." Guy got me.
Not much, but focus.
No, it's
Read was spell casting modifier, so get like 6 points back.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thorgrim will sort of just shake his head to clear off the cobwebs, and we'll give a curt nod to Jubilee and just say, "Thanks. Appreciate it."
Again, it's not a major fix, so I'd still recommend a better healer or some sleep.
Yeah, I think some sleep will do me some good.
Still, a very impressive display of combat expertise.
Told you that's what I was good at, so now you know. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm good at much else, but that's what I do.
Well, you certainly put your money where your mouth was.
Well, I'm sure the rest of you will do that in kind shortly, so. Anyway, I'm just gonna, and he'll very calmly just sort of plunk right here.
Jack at this point is currently holding. I always have to check names because I can never remember which one of the frickin' Ducktail boys these guys are. Julian. He's currently they holds Julian over his shoulders. Geo's managing to walk, if not a little haphazardly, before Jack goes, "Mr. Thorgrim, would you care to follow me?"
Are we going to the inn now?
Yes, at least I am with these two.
Oh,
if you wish to follow, I can lead you there. Otherwise, you can stay with them.
No, I think I'll follow. I'm a little tired.
He nods before looking to Jubilee, Adelsarde, Hubert, and nods and says, I would, depending on what mission you all choose, I'll see you all tomorrow. But if it's anything combat related, we will not be going with you.
Understood.
Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow, I guess, and I assure you, if it's anything combat related, I will be going with you, because I'm not going to let any of you fuckers die. Got it?
Jubilee
make
just
no
nods and
comment.
waves.
I am mortally challenged.
Jubilee nods and waves. Have a good night, boys.
Jack waves before departing with Thorgrim. Is Tauntaun going with them?
Yes, complete with cat. Unless
Okay.
the cat wants to stay.
Nah, the cat sticks with you like glue.
Cool. Gonna throw him on my shoulders then.
And with that, they disappear, leaving Adelsarde, Jubilee, and Hubert to do whatever it is they do before the night ends. Hubert will stand up. Hubert will stand up, lightly brush off any dust that may have collected on him, and scoot his chair back up to the table before looking to Adelsarde and say, would you like to adjourn for the night as well?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Then follow me. I will lead you to the inn.
Very well. Jubilee, you should come with us.
Of course.
The night goes uninterrupted. No major issues here or there. As morning comes, you all meet up with one another. Hubert is already up and has prepared Adelsarde a nice breakfast, as he does not trust the food that the inn may try to have served her. As for the rest of you, let's see, Tauntaun and Thorgrim, you get a meal made by Geo. It's standard array of bacon, eggs, and sausage. Nothing too fancy, but it'll fill you up.
That's good enough for me.
Fancy Geo made it. It's gotta be fancy.
As for Adelsarde, you're not sure how he managed to get this, but you are served fried eggs.
Thank you, Hubert.
He nods and then promptly sits down, clasps his hands together, and sits at the table calmly.
Are you not getting anything for yourself?
I have already eaten.
Ah, very well. You know, I'd prefer it if we ate together sometimes.
I find that it takes away from my time if I do not eat before preparing your meal.
Fair enough.
Jubilee, you did in fact stay in the same inn as them, and you did get free lodging, so you may join them if you wish.
She shall. Probably just listening in on their conversation. Taking in their banter.
Ah, Jubilee. Did you sleep well?
Oh, lovely. This place has very nice beds.
Indeed, Hubert is an expert in these sorts of things. Granted, he is an expert in most things. That's why he's so trustworthy.
Yeah, must be nice having a guy like him around all the time.
It is merely my job to make sure that she gets whatever she needs.
You act like you don't enjoy it, Hubert.
I never said I didn't.
She grins.
Jubilee's just gonna kind of lean in towards the I cannot say your name for the love of me. My brain is kind of not.
Adelsarde.
I know. I can read it. The problem is my brain just kind of malfunctions every time I try to say it. Adelsarde. I think it's the T that's mostly throwing me off. But she'll lean it over to Adelsarde and go, so, you really like him?
She raises an eyebrow and smiles. He is my best friend, He has been since we were children.
Ah, I see. And she'll just lean back away with a little smirk.
For some reason, I do not trust your tone, Miss Jubilee.
I would recommend keeping your perversions to yourself, Miss Jubilee.
I have no idea what you mean. I'm merely just admiring how close you two are, is all. It goes to eat.
Alright, so, after a while, is there anything Thorgrim or Tauntaun want to say to one another? You all did not stay at the same inn as Adelsarday and Jubilee.
Basically, Thorgrim just, gets his meal, plunks down, and just starts eating because it's food. He's gonna eat it.
Time to kill the hangover.
I mean, and it's good food too. Bacon, scrambled eggs, sausage. It's just a dream, and it seems to be spiced perfectly.
Oh, then he is just devouring that. Just no words exchanged, just nothing but rah 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 rah.
Geo kind of looks to you as you do this, and when you're just about done with your first serving, a second serving is just immediately plopped on your plate.
He stops, looks up in Geo, and just says, "I knew I liked you," and then goes right back down to eating.
I like anybody who likes my food. Jackal looked at Tauntaun and said, "Well, it looks like we're getting along well with the new group."
And you said my flirtatiousness with things.
I mean, you didn't flirt with the dwarf yet, at least I don't think you did.
The key word there is yet.
Right. We should make our way to the castle. That's where he said that the missions would be posted, of course, once everyone's done with their meal.
Yeah, we should probably meet up with the others too.
Yeah, once Thorgrim is finished with the second serving, assuming that, a third serving isn't just plopped onto his plate, he will stand up, wipe his hands off, and he will sort of just do a quick stretch and just go, "All right, I've done with my morning stretches. I have consumed my breakfast, and I think I'm ready to go. Is everyone else all right?"
Yeah, no, I'm good to go.
Good. I'm sure everyone's good and ready to go whenever anyone else is.
All right, well, I'm leaving, so Geo,
I will be joining Thorgrim with my cat.
Geo, thanks for the meal. To the rest of you, I will see you later. And to the flamboyant person with the cat, come along.
I gave you my name. Well, no, you were completely sauced.
Not completely, just mostly.
Don't you insult me like that.
Sorry, who was talking at the same time?
Sorry.
No, I need to know. Yeah, sorry, never mind.
I was in a dwarven accent, basically being insulted that he said that you were sauced.
I'm not sauced, I was only lightly flavored.
You're in the process of being marinated.
This is beautiful banter.
Now, we're not playing Among Us yet. Hang on. Thorgrim will...
Unfortunately, it may not be true.
Thorgrim will sort of just do like the two-finger salute to everyone, and then sort of just use those same fingers to sort of just, motion whoever's coming to just sort of, all right, let's get moving, and then just sort of leaves.
The three non-combatants all wave to you because, as they stated previously, they don't fight. They're not fighters.
No, they're gonna hold the fort down, which is, that's respectable. We need a good meal when we come back, right? So
Tauntaun's just gonna shrug and grab some bacon for the road.
Oh, good idea. Thorgrim will also grab some bacon for the road.
Pocket bacon.
At
Pocket
this,
bacon.
at this, Geo's just smiling, just happy that people are enjoying his food.
Thanks, Geo. Goodbye, everyone. Nom, nom, nom.
You know what? I should bring some for the others.
All right, so eventually, you all head back to the castle where King Nilo stated the missions would be ready for you all, and you see a bunch of people picking notes off of what you would assume to be the mission board, and almost immediately taking off to get the missions done. With, in passing, you hear one of them say, "I can't believe we're going to meet Valentine," and their teammate goes, "I can't believe you're excited to meet Valentine."
3 of the 4 of us know what that means.
At this, Adel Sarday just like looks over and raises an eyebrow.
Yay! More Heliodor time. Woohoo!
Meeting the leader of the Bloodveil was no small thing.
No.
I wonder where the boys are, by the way.
At this,
We're right here, and we bring bacon.
wait a minute, hold on. I just remembered there's a problem.
Uh-oh. Problem?
What problem?
Problem.
The boy band shouldn't be here. They get in the darkness.
Into the void with you. Wait, what about my cat?
Cat stays outside.
Oh, I was gonna keep him on my shoulder.
Thorgrim
Yeah.
will stride confidently over to the board. I'm assuming it's over here.
It is posted. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
It'd be more like right here on the statue. You see
Got close
three
enough.
different. You see 3 different papers. One says "Sun, Sand, and Goblins," which describes there's a beach nearby that has a band full of goblins, band of goblins on it, and it wants you to go investigate, see whether they are hostile, friendly, or neutral, and try to solve the issue in whatever way, and see if the goblins will move off the territory, because they're worried that said goblins are stealing from caravans, as caravans have been losing loot on the path near that beach.
Beach episode.
The
What
second,
is it? Final Fantasy Quest Board?
well, they were written by Nilo.
Fuck you
So-
too.
Second one is Strange Calls in the Swamp, which describes a swamp nearby with very ominous and strange noises coming from it, and strange noises coming from it, and the king wants you to investigate to see what's causing the noises, and if it's anything hostile, to take care of the situation.
all I'm thinking is, get out of this swamp. The hell was that?
And the third one says "Missing Bacon," which describes a band of pigs from a local, or a band of boars from a local farm having gone missing with absolutely no explanation whatsoever. And the farm wants their pigs back.
I sure hope that wasn't one of my boys.
I think we should do the goblins.
You are not at the message board,
Oh, where's the message board?
where Thorgrim
Bye,
is standing.
Thorgrim.
Oh. Yeah, we should probably go over there.
Oh no, that sounds a little too bright for me. I don't like bright, sunny places.
You a Duragar?
Well, I live in caves almost my entire life, or in the mountains, or generally subterranean areas.
I mean, it's kind of a shame that all the pigs went missing. wonder what could cause that.
I mean, more
Tauntaun is
pigs.
just going to slowly hide the bacon.
More pigs means more bacon, right? I mean, if we save the pigs, we can get more bacon. Thorgrim says while eating bacon.
Where did you get that bacon?
Oh, the Geo made it. It's a good boy. I like it.
Well, the first one also, it does state that it could just be that they're not hostile too.
I would be interested to see what is the story with these goblins?
Since when
Do
are
any of us
goblins
speak
not
their language?
hostile? I don't.
I can overcome the barrier, mostly.
Speak Goblin. Hubert chimes in, looking at you almost as if he doesn't believe that.
I said mostly. Be one-way communication.
And that is not very useful then.
They'll understand me.
That actually might be useful.
And then from there, we play charades.
Or you could you understand their writing?
Not yet.
I say we do the bacon quest. Because I like bacon.
I would like to vote for the Goblin Quest.
Well, there is...
One vote for goblins, one vote for piggies.
What about the swamp one? I think we should investigate that one.
The
One
swamp,
vote for
the swamp sounds really noisy. I don't like noisy things.
one
Unless-
vote for swamp.
Unless it's mining. Mining's noisy.
So now the warlock is the deciding factor.
If we go to the swamp, I'm going to have to change clothes. But if we go to the beach, I can wear a swimsuit. Fucking, I'm giving him numbers! I choose the beach.
Alright, so after a short and heated discussion as to which one to pick, you all look to Tauntaun expectantly as he very nervously covers his eyes and just reaches forward, grabs the first one that he feels, and pulls it off, with it being the mission to go handle the goblins.
This is totally what would happen in an anime. I'm just saying. This is some fairy tale bullshit right here.
Right. I'm going to have to go back to the inn and change.
To go to the beach?
I'm not wearing heels instead.
Fair enough.
Are we going to go now, or do we wait, or what's going on?
I think the sooner the better.
If we handle this mission now, we may be able to do another mission later.
That's a good point. It would be
That's-
better to move quickly then.
That's
If we-
fair.
If we are quick, we may be able to handle all three in the same day.
Oh. So we
To the
could
beach.
do this and then reward ourselves with bacon. I like it. Let's go.
You look to your right, and Jubilee's already taken off.
Yeah, I follow. I'm following after because going bacon, 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 bacon.
It would be wise if we not run.
You get back here.
Bacon, 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 bacon.
Suddenly, invisible force pulls us all, grabs us all by the collar. Ah!
Alright. So,
Hey,
The
easy. I like being choked. Dear God.
The
Lord mercy.
Luckily for all of you, the beach is not too terribly far away. In fact, it's within fairly close walking distance. You can get there with no problems whatsoever. So, you all begin your leisurely walk, enjoying the sun, except for Lady Adelsarday, who currently Hubert is holding a parasol over, making sure the sun does not get on her too terribly much, considering she is a drow. Other than that, you have absolutely no troubles reaching said beach, and I am having technical difficulties, so give me just a second.
Maybe we do have difficulty reaching the beach.
Thorgrim's holding one hand over his eyes, going, "Fucking sun, fucking hate it."
Come on, it's not that bad.
You can.
Says Jubilee in a swimsuit.
When did
Sure.
you change
So I'm
into
taking
that?
a wild guess. We did get a chance to stop by.
I know,
Yes.
just kidding.
You stopped by at the inn. Jubilee's changed into a swimsuit, apparently.
I was kidding, but I'll roll with it.
Get in!
With swimsuit and changing looks. And
Like I said, I'll roll with it.
DM, quick question.
Yo.
Would the amount of bacon that I basically took from Geo, would that account as any amount of rations? Bacon rations, come on.
Bacon jerky. It's a thing.
It counts as one ration for you.
Excellent. I love bacon.
This group is something else.
I know, we're a bunch of fuckwads and I love it.
Hey, we're enjoying it before shit gets real.
Yep.
Alright, so
I will never not be comic relief, and Tauntaun now looks like a woman.
Wait,
Ah.
what?
God, there's two people in bikinis.
Yeah, at this, for what?
Girls.
At
Since
this, for
Tauntaun-
once. Oh, sorry.
Since
continue.
Tauntaun is a changeling, that means that they can be whatever gender they want.
I can be
Yeah.
anything within my size category and is human and doesn't have a different skeletal structure.
Humanoid.
Yeah,
And-
humanoid.
You all arrive to the beach, and you do in fact see a band of goblins. Two are playing in the water, two seem to be sorting through loot that you would assume was stolen, and the other two look like they're trying to build a sandcastle, but they don't seem to understand. And in the middle of the sandcastle, you see there's a crab just chilling.
Killing?
Oh, chilling, just relaxing.
It's a giant crab just killing all the goblins.
Crab battle.
Crab people.
Crab.
Alright,
Crab.
Alright, DM?
Go.
Can I make an insight check on these goblins? I've got a theory right now going. Are these children?
Roll insight.
It'll come up at some point. There we go. 12.
No, they're goblins. They're all full grown. Well, as full grown as they can be, considering they're goblins, but
Alright.
they're very much.
I don't really like playing in the sand.
alright. Do they see us, or are we hidden at the moment?
Currently, they don't seem to have noticed you.
Alright. Adel will look to the group. So how do we want to play this? I would prefer
I mean, I could try
that
the
we...
talking thing. Or, well,
Agreed, I would
talking.
prefer that we speak to them first. Though they might be violent if we show that we are a threat.
If
Well, I have an idea then.
Okay, so Thorgrim, we're gonna need you to hide.
here's what I suggest. Why don't you all do the talking, and if shit goes south, you call me. Got
That
it?
was the plan. That's why I'm asking you to hide.
Yeah, no, I'll be in the bush here if you need me. No walking in the bush.
But Sarday looks to Jubilee. What was your idea going to be?
Roll stealth
Well-
for me, real quick, when you get the chance.
While he's doing that.
Nah.
Well, I can at least enthrall them
I'm a boy.
and get them focused on me, so you can probably try to figure out what they're doing.
So as you're saying this, you all then hear very loud rustling of twigs and leaves, and you all look over as Thorgrim, who seemed to have been trying to very sneakily slide into the bush, just goes and just more or less forces himself into the middle of it before turning around and giving a thumbs up.
Adel just stares at him quietly.
So does Jubilee.
Does the goblins notice this?
No.
Okay.
As you were saying, Jubilee.
Yeah, that's right. So if I can distract them and keep them entertained with my performance, you guys can probably go through whatever they're going through and seeing if it's stolen stuff or just things they found. Again, I remember from the actual board thing that the thing said they did have items, but I don't think anyone's ever reported having anything stolen yet, have they?
The items were missing from places, and they assumed it was the goblins, unfortunately. It would be a good idea to check out their loot, at least to see if it is indeed stolen. However, if they notice that we are there, they will assume we are thieves, in which case, it will divulge into a fight.
Well, that's what my thing is for. If I keep them occupied on me, they'll be more friendly to me.
What about the crab?
The crab.
The fucking crab, Zoge.
Sorry, when you mentioned crab, I'm like, oh god, there's a giant crab somewhere, but...
No, it's a standard
it's
crab.
just a regular sized crab.
Okay, forget what I said about the crab. But what about the crab? Nah.
But what about the crab?
I could totally see you saying that seriously, and Juby's like, wait, really?
What about the crab? Zooms in on crab, glowing red eyes.
It could be because of watching too much Russian Badger, but that makes way too much sense to me.
I can see it, but well, that's still true. I'm not quite sure. Whenever establishing a relationship with someone, it is best not to do so via trickery. Otherwise, it raises suspicion later on.
Again, my part is mostly not for trickery, but rather to get them friendly with us. And again, the best way to do it, for me, is to entertain them.
Let us compromise then. While we will not sneak by while you're entertaining them, we will use you to lower their guard and get them more friendly so that we can converse.
You know what? That works for me.
Very well.
Wait, where's Tauntaun?
He's not so far away.
Tauntaun?
There he is.
Waiting to know what our plan is.
We have discussed a plan.
Don't mind what I'm measuring. I can't speak the way that I need to without a certain range.
Okay.
Why am I limited to 30 feet?
Waiting for the DM to finish typing what they're typing, I guess.
Right.
Okay. So,
I just
will go
looked at
ahead.
the chat. Thorgrim Bushbeard.
I am Thorgrim Bushbeard. I am the dwarf.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And right now they itch.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the tree. Later again, I'll break your knees.
Oh no, I've got a better one that I've been hearing on TikTok a lot lately. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And for some reason, they're speaking Vietnamese.
Alright.
Anyways, okay, so Jubilee will approach and make her presence known with her starting to perform a dance.
Alright.
While they're heading over, Sarday is going to cast Comprehend Language.
That's someone's done that.
So, as the four of you begin walking over, the two making the sandcastle perk up and then look over before very quickly standing and drawing their clubs as they believe that you are going to be trying to attack them, and they stand at the ready just in case.
Ado
Jubilee will
raises.
just.
No, you go.
Jubilee is going to continue her performance, really trying to draw the attention again, not non-threateningly. So, performance.
You see the two looking at you, stare at you perplexed before looking to each other, and then just slowly back to you as if they can't quite comprehend what you're doing.
It's telepathy time.
Yeah. Cat's technically
Just
here.
for the rest of you to know what this does.
Well, let's hope this does not freak them out.
Easy there, friend. We're just here to chill. It's an open beach, isn't it?
So, are you saying this to one? Yeah, you can only say it.
Anyone who is within 30 feet, so just these two.
With any creature you can see with
Yeah, well, yeah, I have one target.
understand. But the creature must be able to understand at least one language. So as you say that, they just immediately look panicked and look to the sky before calling out to the other goblins, who now immediately perk up and also draw their weapons, as it seems now they are very much on edge.
Alright, Ado will, take signal for the others to step back, and then, very slowly, go. She takes a slow step forward, but makes a motion that is keeping her arms up and her sleeves loose to show that she is completely unarmed, while she's just slowly walking forward.
Why are you here?
Do you understand English? Do you understand Common? She asks.
I just spoke to you in common.
Sorry, I thought they were speaking Common, but... We are here to check to confirm whether or not the false accusations towards you being the reason for loot being missing is true.
Accusation. What's accusation?
Sorry.
What does accusation mean? I think it's a type of thing.
Let me say this again. People wrongly think you are stealing from them.
We are.
Why are you doing that?
You need food.
You need food. Have you considered... Is there a reason why you have not been working for your food?
Working. It's
Indeed.
working.
So wait, they are speaking common, right?
Yeah. And now they're all muttering like, "What the fuck is working?" Welcome back.
I can explain working so easily.
Wait, Tauntaun. Before we get into that conversation, I want it to be known we are not here to fight. Can you please lower your weapons?
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that too.
They begin conversing with each other, and it seems that they begin voting, and they then turn back. No.
Very well. Do you prefer us to keep this distance while we speak?
Yes.
Good. So, before we begin, do you have any more questions for us?
Are you going to try and take Pinchy?
What's this?
Take who?
Pinchy.
If you mean the crab, no. That's all yours.
But
Well, we are here for a couple of reasons, but I believe the core thing we should speak about is this work. Working to get food so you do not need to steal.
but I could steal it.
Yes, you can steal it, but that in turn will get people angry. And when people are angry, they will send people to attack you. Now, we are not here to attack you. We are here to discuss, to talk. And if
I
we
can talk
reach...
for work.
And if we reach a solution where everyone is happy. No one will be sent to attack you. In fact, I believe that we can end this talk where we can help each other. If you're willing to listen to me.
Listening.
Very well. So, here is a question. When you stole these goods, when you stole the things from the caravans, were you noticed in any way?
What do you mean?
Did anyone see you?
I don't think so.
And did you get injured in the process?
Oh,
I see. So, before we were discussing the idea of work. Work is when you do things for someone and you get something back in return. Are you following me?
no, I'm standing right here.
Sorry. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes.
Good. Let us say, for example, if I worked for you, I would do something for you, and in return you would give me something. Why? Potentially because you would not be able to do it yourself.
He kind of just kind of scratches his chin, as it's very clear he's trying to comprehend what you're saying.
Jubilee.
He may not be succeeding. He's trying.
Jubilee puts up a finger to Elda, and just if you do work, you can get food, and no one mad.
Tauntaun has an idea. It's time for prestige.
Actually, Juby has that too. So I think we can put on a little show, and minor illusion.
Pretty pictures.
Exactly. So let them know we're gonna do something, but we're not doing anything hostile. We're gonna try showing an example.
Okay, let us say, well, my friends are going to show you something that you're not capable of doing. Yes? It will not be harmful. It is simply an example. Are you okay with this?
Okay.
Alright.
Very
First
well.
thing, I do minor illusion to create like a small goblin like that, just like walking around. Go ahead and do your explain your example, and I'll create motions.
Very well. So, she
Tauntaun,
gestures.
1 second. Tauntaun wanted to try something as well.
Yeah, I'll wait until after the minor illusion thing works or doesn't.
Right?
She gestures to the goblin. Let us say that this is you. Yes?
Okay.
Now let's say that this goblin goes to a cart, which has goods in it. Yes?
Like the card that looks and the goblin's just taking stuff from it.
Now, while the goblin will have the goods in the cart once they take it, when the people that own the cart notice this, they will send people to attack the goblin and possibly kill or hurt the goblin in the process.
Makes angry person yelling at goblin, just as a non-violent version.
But here is an alternative. What if instead the goblin starts to go... Sorry, the goblin goes to the owner of the cart and suggests that they protect the cart. They are the best thieves in the land. They know who is going to try and steal from it, so it will be easy to stop that from happening.
Starts with an image of the goblin talking to the owner, then goblin following the cart while the owner goes and protecting it from let's just say a rat, just as an example. Big rat.
After doing so, the goblin will then receive payment, which may be used to buy goods and services, or food.
Then it shows the owner giving the goblin the item instead of the goblin taking it.
Now, this obviously takes longer. However, not only is nobody mad at you and trying to kill you, people will be happy with you. People might be so happy, in fact, that more people will want you to work for them, meaning you get more food in the process.
So, a bunch more people helping the goblin out and giving them stuff after doing certain tasks for them. And sometimes you'll even get one that's very friendly and will want to help you more. I'll add an image of one person protecting a goblin from a bigger predator.
They begin muttering to one another as if trying to come to a conclusion. For the one who seems to be the leader goes, "How do we do?"
Well, the first thing you need to do is return what you stole. Actually, no. The first thing you need to do is return what you stole while claiming that it was someone else who did it. We can help you in that aspect. In the process, you can then offer your services to protect the cart from any further thieves, showing your experience in the subject, and also showing that you are trustworthy. Or, you can go forward and explain why you stole it, and explain that not only do you wish to turn over a new leaf, that you would be willing to make amends for it in the process by protecting it from further thieves. You'll be paid, of course, and you will repair your relationship with this person.
Roll a persuasion.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage because of the illustrations you.
I was gonna say, it does my helping give him advantage. But yeah.
Hey!
Oh!
Even without the nat 20, that was pretty good. So they get a nat 20.
No.
They got a nat 1.
Yep.
We just blew all their minds.
Yeah, they all seem kind of dumbfounded by the explanation before the leader's like, okay, we agree.
Very well. She smells. So, first things first. She looks to Hubert. While looking over the mission, did you see any location or name for the person who the loot belongs to?
They are currently within the city we just left. Going back, we should be able to find them.
Alright, let's go find them. She looks back to everyone, and the goblins included. We're going to need to take this loot back to the city. And she looks to the party. And we are going to need to protect the goblins from anyone that tries to steal it or misinterprets the situation.
Yeah, we
Easy enough.
didn't let anyone hurt them. And then looks to Coldbeard and LaPrush. You okay in there?
Thorgrim is looking at the rest of the group, kind of dumbfounded himself, because he absolutely thought this was going to devolve into combat, and the fact that you just illustrated how to basically basically give back and engage in commerce and bodyguard work to a bunch of goblins, and he's just sitting there like, how the fuck did they do that?
Jubilee and El Sarde just mobbed these goblins.
Adel smiles.
Adel Sarday and Jubilee talk goblins down fairly easily. Forgrim, what the fuck was that?
What sort of magic is this?
I'll be right back.
Right, goblin buddies, friends. I hope all of you have names. Secondarily, if the whole working for the cart people doesn't work out, I'm perfectly fine hiring the lot of you.
What is your job?
I mean, would be nice to have somebody protect our camp.
Do you have the money to pay them?
No, but I have food. 3 square meals a day, and a roof.
They are
That's
doing it for food. Huh. Wow. Didn't think it'd be that easy to find them work. Huh.
Well, work and obviously little, probably better weapons.
I'm sorry, as a player, I'm dumbfounded that first game and we've already got a mini army.
You really shouldn't be that dumbfounded. This is not the first time I've had a character do this.
Yes, but in session 0?
Tauntaun essentially said that if getting work with the cart people doesn't work out, that he will hire them and give them 3 meals a day with a roof over their head, along with better clothes and weapons as the chances occur.
He is essentially hiring a goblin bodyguard.
I know what he's doing, but I'm not giving you a brigade of goblins.
Yeah, good choice.
Protect camps and stuff that we make.
We'll see how things go in town.
Yep. Let's head back.
Essentially, it's just supposed to keep the boy band safe.
So,
I'm not asking for the army.
I'll let you guys see the nice little kingdom of Twilight.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh, that actually came along nicely. Way to go, Nyla.
So, you come back into town, and I'm not going to put you guys a token here because the caravan's fairly easy to find. You know, they're situated right where the note said, and you all walk up to the people who own the caravan, and you see a half-elf sitting in the back of it, currently going through his stock as he looks up before looking back down, and then does a double take as he immediately looks right back at you guys as you have 6 goblins following you, none of which look civilized, and all are kind of gawking and awing. One is currently staring at a cow, as it doesn't seem to have ever seen a cow before in its life.
Moo.
Oh.
Hold on, Matt. Did you just quote who I think you did?
Moo.
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 Maxwell!
Oh god, where is he at? Well, Adel Sarday will look to them and then bow slowly. Hello, Adel Sarday and your servants. My compatriots and I have returned your treasure. However, we also have some people here who would like to discuss something with you.
Hi, I'm Brian. And what is it you have to discuss with me? Exactly.
It is the goblins. They are here to return your treasure, for they were the ones that took it. They realize the error of their ways, because they are doing it not for any ill will, but out of desperation. They require food, and unfortunately they were uneducated in the way of doing commerce. However, now they know better, and instead of wanting to steal, they have a proposition for you. They want to protect your goods from being stolen again. Essentially, they wish to be your bodyguards.
I don't really see the reason why I should hire them, though. And if they stole from me before, what's going to stop them from stealing from me again?
Your payment.
They only want food.
Roll persuasion.
Alright. Let's see how this goes. Come on, persuasion. Don't let me down.
Still
16,
not
not bad.
He seems a little apprehensive, but goes, "Okay, I guess I can try it out."
She smiles. That is perfect.
I have a question. This is out of character, by the way. Would Tanma know about how much it would be to get the goblins clothed?
I mean, you could probably clothe each of them for about a gold coin each.
Cool.
Well, depending on what you want them dressed in. Casual clothing, it's about a gold each.
Just something that is able to stand up to moving a lot and weather.
Okay.
Casual would be the best way then.
So, it'll cost you about 6 gold total.
Okay. Tauntaun is just going to look at one of them, then look at Jubilee. Hey, you've got these guys' measurements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come with me. Off to find a clothes.
Tauntaun and Juby are shopping.
We're shopping for the goblins.
They are shopping and still are in bikinis.
Yup.
And? You have a problem with bikinis?
I didn't say there was a problem. I was just saying you guys never changed out.
You have a problem with my massive milkies?
Mother of mercy.
You know, just a really tall woman with massive milkies?
We've gone down this road already. We're not going down Resident Evil again.
If you're gonna quote it right.
Oh no.
I
Here we go.
I don't remember the entire thing off the top of my head.
Well, first off, the line you were quoting is super stuffed up milkies.
Okay, well then that... My point still stands!
Anyway, so it doesn't take you guys too terribly long to gather up the clothing for the goblins.
Fuck, I have to math.
6 gold.
59. No, I had to math down from what I currently have.
-6.
Yet 65 minus 6 is not something I do easily.
49.
59.
59. Okay.
I thought you said 59 -6.
No, I said 65 minus 6.
Oh, sorry, I heard 55 for some reason. Sorry, my bad.
That's cool. Although I wish I had 69 gold.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
From then on, I'd just be keeping 69 gold and turning everything else into other forms of currency.
You get the clothes, you return. Managing to clothe the goblins is a bit harder. It's kind of similar to trying to put a shirt on a cat. They don't really seem to enjoy the...
Yeah, no, I would have gotten them little button-up shirts that they can open if they really wish. Hopefully.
I will try to convince the goblins that it's nice for them and consider it a gift from us.
Eventually they will begrudgingly start wearing it, but it was definitely an ordeal to attempt to try and get it to begin with, because they very clearly did, just for having none of it.
Okay. Next question. Hair? How does their hair look?
They're hairless.
Oh, they don't have hair on their heads?
No.
Okay.
I would, even if they did, I would suggest against that one. We're already pushing it with the clothing.
I would have just brushed it and made it look less...
I'm pretty sure if you came at them with a hairbrush, they'd think you were attacking them.
That's fine. Granted, since apparently they think my telepathy comes from God.
Well, considering the fact they had no idea where that voice was coming from.
Yeah, just like, sit.
They literally just learned what jobs are about 5 minutes ago. I think we need to give them a break.
Yeah, at the very least, they'll have an easier time holding a job now that they have clothes.
I think we can classify this mission as a success. We should head
A
back.
very.
Hey, do I still have that paper?
I mean, you never discarded it, so yeah.
Okay, does it have a thing that these guys are supposed to check off on so we know it's done?
You could get a signature from Brian. That would work.
Hey, you're the one in charge, right?
I am, yes.
Could you sign this?
You will then, of course, read it over first before signing.
Bless you.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
I like how one girl in a bikini is asking him to sign something, and the other one's thanking him nicely.
Tauntaun is then going to take the paper and look back at the goblins. Right, you lot. If this thing doesn't pan out, or if you have questions, you can find me at whatever the hell the inn's name was. You never told me the name of the inn.
You never
I think
asked.
it would be safe to assume that the goblins cannot read.
You never asked the name of the inn, so I didn't give it to you. Mostly because Tauntaun seems like the kind of person to let Jack handle that sort of thing.
That's fair.
And as you never asked the name of the inn, you proved my point.
That is but to be fair, Tauntaun was also drunk.
Tauntaun, I think we need to change back into normal clothes before we head back to the castle.
Really? I thought you were going to flaunt your bodies for everyone to see the entire adventure.
No, that's only for the beach. Especially when we're going into swamp water next. You've never had exposed skin in swamp water.
I may expose a little bit of skin, but it is classy enough to be just enough. This is a little too much.
Besides, we were at the beach.
Well, you would know about that more than I. Anywho, let us return.
Thorgrim's just following along, not really.
He's still trying to comprehend what just happened.
He's still kind of grasping with the whole diplomacy thing.
Did they fight them with words? I don't understand.
Oh, no, I mean, he understands the idea of diplomacy, but, like, it's just not his thing.
I know, I was just making a joke.
She looks back to
It's a funny.
So, Tauntaun, what is your form now that you have changed?
Back to just basic one that he goes with, just highly androgynous.
Alright. So,
I think Thorgrim is a little bit more confused about that.
yeah, Thorgrim, you've never seen a changeling before. In fact, none of you have ever seen a changeling before.
Yeah,
So-
I was going to ask about that, but got distracted. Yeah, she's going to look to you. Well, sorry, she's going to look to Tauntaun. So, what spell is that?
It's not a spell.
But you're changing
You believe it looks
form.
over what?
How do you do that?
Kind of like this, and he's just going to change his skin color, run through the rainbow.
I
Well,
believe
how-
that.
You enchanted or cursed or something?
I believe that would be called a polymorph spell.
Once again, not casting magic.
But
Then how are you doing that?
No clue.
you don't know how you do it. You just do it.
I've been able to do this since I was a kid.
But how?
So you're a shapeshifter.
That's probably
you
the
been
closest thing I've ever heard to what I could do.
Have you encountered one before, Hubert?
We've encountered dragons before that can do it, but nothing like Tauntaun.
Yeah, I'm a little bit limited on my bone structure.
Could be that you have dragon blood in you then. Maybe someone in your ancestry was very adventurous.
So you couldn't turn into me, could you? Because I'm a little bit shorter.
Well, that would depend on the DM. Do you want me to click the thing for you to read over?
Roll a D100.
What is a DM?
Fourth wall, what's that?
You can't even begin to comprehend how to transform
What
into.
are you?
Oh, hello, I can adjust my height and weight.
Can you?
I just can't change sizes. So,
Yes. So long as he
Dwarves
stays a
medium
medium.
creatures?
Dwarves are technically medium-sized creatures.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
just
you
on the
can.
smaller size of medium.
So yes, you absolutely would be able to transform into Thorgrim.
I'm just gonna kind of stare at him and just slowly turn into him.
So now there's two Thorgrims, and Jubilee's a little weirded out by that.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna look down and just become a female Thorgrim.
That, no, don't
Ah!
do that. No. Change back. God damn it.
Sarday rubs her chin and is like, interesting.
He's just gonna turn back to his androgynous, really tall form.
Never do that again, please.
I promise nothing, but I will say that while I can look like you, I don't become you.
Thanks, I think.
Essentially,
maybe-
it's just outward. It's like putting on makeup.
Are we,
Jubilee then runs up and grabs his hands. You need to learn to dance and do a routine with me.
Bold to assume I can't dance anyway.
We
I'm
can
not
discuss dances later. We must not forget why we are here.
Jubilee
Although-
went from being weirded out to seeing the possibilities.
I'll be Jubilee and you'll be Tubilee.
Exactly.
Mother
I
of mercy.
might have an issue with the tails and horn. I've never tried to do those before.
I do believe that is enough distraction for now.
Oh, yeah,
Lady Adelsade wishes
this
to
do. You guys want to go grab the next quest thingy?
Alright, but which one should we do next?
If it ends up becoming split again, just grab a random one.
Well, what's our options?
Well, we had the swamp and the pig.
The swamp sounds interesting. The pig seems somewhat mundane, though it would be a good idea to help the common folk.
I vote
Jubilee.
pig.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
So, you have one vote for doing the pigs.
I was about to make Jubilee pick one randomly.
Give me
While they
more
were discussing.
bacon.
So, I do have a question. Is Nilo actually here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk up to him then.
He looks to you and gives you a kind smile.
Who am I supposed to turn quests into?
Well, that would be me.
Oh, well, in that case, here. We got a signature and everything.
He takes it and looks it over before nodding. All right. You'll have to give me a moment to get your. You'll have to give me a moment to get your reward. Just a second. And he walks back into the throne room.
He's rather cute. Old,
Cute.
but cute.
So while that's going on, Evan's bacon, swamp. Huh. Jubilee just grabs the swamp one.
Damn it.
All right. So Thorgrim notices Jubilee's eyes are shut, and as she's reaching for the paper, he just very calmly pushes her hand toward
The bacon.
the bacon one.
Here,
Like,
pick this one.
Clearly, that's the one you wanted to do.
Pick that one. This is the one you want.
I guess
This is the
so.
one. This is the one you want.
Wow. So forward, Coalbeard.
he does like the Philip J. Fry, like, just slow, eyes lowering, just looking.
All right, I'll grab the bacon one for you.
Woohoo! Bacon.
All
Dude,
right, so
I'm sorry, did you just Homer woohoo?
No, that's out of character.
I know, but still, that was pretty good, actually. Woohoo!
Yeah. Thorgrim will rub his hands together and then he will shout, "Onward to bacon!" And he'll walk.
Hold on.
Shouldn't we wait? We should wait for our reward for the other quest first.
He like screeches to a halt. Right. Reward first, then bacon.
Here, have bacon.
Ilo will then come back out holding 5 coin purses and offers each party member 10 gold.
Excellent.
I made a profit.
To which
And
Hubert
I now have
immediately
59 gold.
turns it down and refuses to take the gold.
Sarday frowns.
Just take it, man. You put it towards group funds or buying your friend something.
Indeed, you should take it if it makes your job easier.
Roll persuasion.
Alright?
Can I
Would it be
give?
advantage since I'm trying to help?
Yeah.
Sure, that'll be considered the help action, which will give them advantage.
He didn't need it.
Hubert begrudgingly takes the gold.
She smiles and gives a grateful smile to Tauntaun and Jubilee.
I'm just gonna give a thumbs up and then look at Nilo, wave by with fingers, and head off with the rest of them.
I'm fairly certain he is married.
Well, that's never stopped me before.
And what's everyone's passive perception?
I have a
13.
11.
It appears mine is highest at 14.
All right, Jubilee and Thorgrim. As Tauntaun begins walking away, you just hear Nilo mutter, "Oh, not another one."
Oh, that makes me so happy.
I would have gone. Why do I attract all the weirdos?
Hey,
Well,
Thorgrim kind of turns
Nilo
and
has
goes, "What?"
nothing.
Okay.
That's a story for another day.
Oh Lord.
he's getting ailed by the new generation.
Yup.
The joys of being the new guy.
Nilo can't tell if it's a flashback or PTSD.
Oh no.
Don't
So,
worry,
in-
Matt.
God.
The audience
in the
is in
previous-
your corner.
In the previous campaign, Nilo was Chaos's player character, to which he got my player character to flirt with him, a big bad evil guy to flirt with him, another player character to flirt with him.
And people
okay.
shipped him with my player character.
Not to mention Valentine. Don't forget that one.
Let us
Valentine
not
was
forget
the
all
big bad,
the game jokes Ale made about Nilo.
and the big bad evil guy in question was Valentine Chaos.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, she's good now. Maybe.
Ish.
Not really.
So, do you guys head on your way?
Yes,
Yes.
most definitely.
I would like to. Because
Okay.
bacon.
So it's about midday by the time you set out again, and you start heading south. And you walk south for about an hour. Nothing eventful happens. As you come up to a small little farming town. Oh, I forgot the tokens. Hold on, I'll write this wrong.
I see a token.
I see a fellow dwarf.
Yes, you see a token.
little silhouette of a man.
You see a token because I forgot to get your token.
While we are heading along, is there any sign or anything showing the name of the town?
This is just a small-ish town. It doesn't actually have a name.
Oh.
It only has 3 buildings. You're fairly certain this is just somebody's house.
Huh.
think this is a farm. This is literally just a farm, guys.
You're fairly certain that just based off of it, one is where the farmers live, one may be for the guards that you see lying about, and the other one you're fairly certain is a stable.
Alright.
So, this isn't actually a village, it's just a small little settlement for a handful of people. And as Thorgrim very proudly announced, you do in fact see a dwarf sitting in a chair, twiddling his thumbs, and he has a very large hat covering his head so that shade covers his eyes. As he looks around, a piece of straw hanging from his mouth, as he then notices you all walking up.
I will wave a hand over and sort of in greeting as we approach.
He nods his head to you before waving back, continuing to sit down as it seems to be his break.
Pardon the interruption, friend, but got a couple of questions for you.
I love how similar these two look.
Well, feel free to ask away.
I hear you got some questions with some problems with your pigs missing. I assume this is your farm?
Aye, my livestock managed to break free. Not sure what caused it. It seems they ran amok and just broke through the fence.
That's not good. Do you happen to know which way they went?
Aye, they headed to the east, into the forest.
And you want us to go looking for them and bring them back for you?
I would very much appreciate bringing them back, or at least bringing back the carcasses. That way I can, turn them into meat. Pork chops, pork loins, things like that.
Are there any predators in the forest? Like bears or something like that?
Would assume so. It is a forest.
I'm kind of hoping that the wolves didn't get them.
Oh, I have a feeling with how many escaped, if there were wolves, the wolves would be running from them.
Oh.
How many escaped?
What pigs?
About 6, I believe. 6 of them escaped, but they are bred to be very large and strong. They are, after all, meant to produce meat. So, they are more akin to boar than they are pig.
Oh, great.
So we have to run the risk of them having gone feral.
So...
yeah, probably.
So you want us to track down half a dozen wild boar, and then bring them back? Or at least parts of them, if they happen to be dead?
If they all happen. Bring back the alive ones if you can, and if they happen to all be dead, well, I have to cut my losses.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can still make a profit off of them.
And
I can turn them into meal for my pigs.
And you said...
I forgot they were cannibalistic.
And you said to the east, yes?
Yes, to the east, into the forest. I'm not sure where they went, how far they went, or anything along those lines. I just know that they went that way.
Aye. Well, anyone else got any questions? I think we got all we really need.
What if we find more boar? Like little itty bitty baby one.
You can bring them back here. You can keep them. You could feed them to the feral boar. I don't care what you do.
If we find a baby one, probably raise it and make it a bigger one. Then I can ride on it. Yes, my own war boar.
You should probably ask first before doing that.
We just did. He said we could keep a baby one if we find it.
Fair enough.
I don't think that's the problem here.
Well, what is the problem? Spit it out, lad. Lady.
Grass.
Sorry, I'm thinking of chaos when I should be thinking of the character.
Never mind. I got nothing to follow that up on. Continue.
All right.
So there is no problem.
No,
Well-
player is just too flabbergasted right now to continue.
All right, off we go then. I think, unless if Lady Adelsarde wants to say anything.
No, we will return with your missing animals.
Excellent.
Or at least proof that, they kicked the bucket, or ate the bucket, or something ate their bucket. Whatever happens, happens.
They are
after.
the bucket.
Are we? We will return with any pigs and any buckets we find. All right,
Alright.
off we go then, lads and ladies. I've suddenly become very Scottish.
Yeah, then there's the fact that I'm just androgynous.
And
I don't fit into lads or ladies. Although technically it's lads and lassie.
Mazdies.
Lassie.
Yeah. If I wanted to go full Scottish, I could have called you a lassie or a lad. Doesn't really matter.
I think Scorpius enough of that when I'm playing a dwarf.
Well, I think that's kind
I
of
love
it's kind of the generic thing when you go for a dwarf.
Dude,
I mean, it's
Scottish
that
or
or you can
Russian.
make a Welsh dwarf, which is even better because they have just fucking weird cursing. Most of it has to do with fucking sheep.
Oh yeah. Oh, quick question. Since I'm assuming this is the forest now that you've loaded up,
yes.
would you require a survival check to look for piggy tracks?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, because I'm not good at tracking. Good. It's good that somebody's good at tracking.
Slightly better than normal, but you know what? It's fine.
Oh, that's where we are. Alright.
Yeah, far left side.
So you begin looking around, trying to find tracks, and you do manage to find tracks that are fairly old, but the key indicator you discover is the fact that you see tusk marks on the bark of the tree, leading currently southwest. Or southeast, sorry.
Okay, so down this way.
Yeah.
Cool.
One boar tracking session later.
Big piggos. Whoa, lots of big piggos.
Oh boy.
Six
And-
little big old piggos.
A few minutes later, you come across a very strange sight as the four pigs closest to you seem to be digging their nose into the dirt, and you hear them grunting and grumbling, and you're not entirely sure what's going on. It's very, very odd and very, very uncharacteristic. While the other two boars are across a bridge further up at a strange shrine. You're not entirely sure what this shrine is, but the two boars that are at the shrine are currently hitting their heads against the stone steps, and each time they hit it, you hear a crack, and once again, you're not entirely sure what's going on here.
Are they like Thorgrim will look at the distant ones slamming their heads into the shrine steps and be like, are they trying to like ruin that shrine or like desecrate
How
it or
many of
something?
them? How many of them were supposedly missing again?
Six.
Sick.
Okay, so all six are accounted for. Huh. Are they possessed?
I don't know, but I don't like what they're doing.
Oops. I just backed out of the game. Oops.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Now
that-
back to what I was going to do before I left the friggin' game. Actually, let me check my spells. Do I have... No, I don't believe I do. Alright. No, I have detect magic, so that's out of the picture. But I do think that something magical is up here. If I were to hazard a guess, that totem is towards something that is causing them to freak the hell out.
But why would they be freaked out by a shrine?
It's less the shrine and more what the shrine represents. I would not be surprised if there's magic afoot here.
So you think
On
there's...
that lovely little topic of magic being afoot, with, you know, Tauntaun's backstory and the family he's from, DM, would he be able to figure out potentially what this is?
You feel very bad juju.
This is bad juju.
The pigs or the shrine?
From where Tauntaun's currently standing, he can't tell. All he knows is this is not normal, this is not good.
This entire situation is bad juju.
I think what we need to do is we need to stop the pigs from doing whatever they're doing.
Well, I have an idea, so if you'll allow me, I'm gonna try something that will probably make this easier for us.
And that is?
I cast Sleep, and I'm gonna cast it at a higher level.
Second level, maybe?
Correct?
Do you have second level spells?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna roll 7d8.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gonna affect that many hit points worth of things. Not 88. So up to 40 hit points worth of creatures fall asleep.
Starting with the lowest HP creatures first.
They do. I think they get a save though. So
Nope.
oh wow.
It's just if they have that HP, if they have less than that HP, they go to sleep.
Yep.
So, with that being said,
Now, DM, can I choose which ones I want to fall asleep first?
nope.
Nope.
It does specifically say the ones with the lowest HP.
Okay. Fair enough.
Boop. And the one with snails on them are currently asleep. As the spell takes effect, and the ones that were once digging their noses into the dirt just slowly slump onto their sides, unconscious.
Well, that's its 2 out of 6.
Don't worry, they're just sleeping, so keep in mind that they can still be woken up.
Have they noticed this at this point?
Well, the two in the middle notice that their colleagues have gone to sleep, and they turn around and face you and begin scraping their hooves in the dirt, as it's very clear they do not like what you just did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Is it time for the thing?
Yeah, I think it might be time for the thing.
Roll initiative.